are you doing? Welcome, 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 welcome in. Guess what? It's Friday. Hello, hello. How are you all doing today? Welcome in. And we know what to do. Tap out the light, share out the light. I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business, helping as many people turn their income into real wealth. How are you all doing? I'm a chartered accountant. I'm a chartered accountant. I'm an economist. I'm a serial investor that have been investing for close to 2 decades. Okay. What a nice. Yeah, that's what Jojo, welcome in. Omzo, welcome in. And we're talking about ETF, real estate, financial freedom, businesses, right? How to become a millionaire. How do we go about all of that? Thank you all for tapping out the live. Winnick, how are you? Thank you for tapping out the live. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. And we're going to be starting the class soon. And today we're going to be talking about how do you turn this income into gaining financial freedom. Guess what? One thing that you probably have heard this, we've all have heard this saying, go to school, study hard, and of course, get a good job, work hard, and life is going to be beautiful. But is that statement, is it really true? Is it really working as planned? Fun Awi, how are you doing? Welcome in. Thank you so much for tapping out the live. You've heard that statement, right? Go to school, study hard, and of course, life is going to be really, really beautiful, right? But how is that going? Yes, how is that going? I guess it's not, right? Because if that is people that have worked for 45 years, they'll be multimillionaires, they'll be retired millionaires, they will not be stressed after working for 45 years, after working from age 20 to 65, or working from age 25 to 65, 40 years. But guess what? Most often, what happened, Frank is that Dr. Lamb, Fun, Joak, you know what happens? They retire and they're still not financially free. And that's what we're trying to address today. Yeah, thanks. Nice being with you. Hey, awesome. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure, right? I guess that's the same thing they told Fon Awi earlier. They say, go to school, get a good job. I mean, go to school, study hard, get a good job, and life is going to be beautiful. But it tells you something. Your income does not give you financial freedom. Hey, just me and you. Welcome, Belle. Welcome in, Vibrant Andre. Welcome in, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. And those on the YouTube side, welcome in as well. Hello, hello, hello. It's so good to have each and every one of you today. So, what are we going to be talking about today? How do we address that lie that they told us? Or what that story that they told us? Go to school, I will study hard, get a good job, and of course life is going to be beautiful, and it does not look like that, because most often a lot of people are still living paycheck to paycheck. That's because your income does not equal to wealth. Income does not equal to wealth. Now, that's because an income does not equal to financial freedom. Income does not equal to financial freedom. So today we're going to be telling you the exact step to get there. As a matter of fact, we started that earlier in the week. There are quite a number of steps, except you won a jackpot, right? Except you won a jackpot, you probably what? You got a family inheritance. You start with your income, okay? So that's your income. Everybody starts with that income, except you're a trust baby, of which most of us are not opportuned to actually be there. Estrole, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. A lot of us are not opportuned to get that. For those on the YouTube, welcome in. Make sure you click on that subscribe button. Welcome in each and every one of us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, except so most of us are not trust scared. If you are not trust scared, some of us have not also been fortunate to even win a dollar on a jackpot if you even play, right? That's the but so one of the common ways that you start your wealth building journey towards financial freedom is going to start with your income. And that's the exact step we're going to be talking about today. We started it on Monday, so we're going to continue, right? I'm going to still quickly do a recap. If you're new here, drop one or just state I'm new. If you're new, just state I am new. If you're new, drop one or just state I am new. And let's share out the live. Let's tap out the live. Let's remember to tap out the live, because we want to get to 5,000 taps as quickly as possible. That's the only language the algorithm understand. And we have winner in this house, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. If you're new here, drop I am new, right? Because we're going to be talking about your income. It starts with your income. Then you fix your foundation. What does that mean? Remember, we are on a journey to financial freedom. This is the exact step. How do I know? That is because we also understand the wealth blueprint of the multimillionaire, which I'm going to be sharing with you, right? It's right there on Google. It's hidden in plain sight. It's right there in front of each and every one of us. But guess what? Most of the time, a lot of all of the things that you need to know is right there available to you. It's just that you've not taken the pain. It's hidden in plain writing. When you want to hide information, something very important, put it in a book, write it. People are not going to read it. People are not going to listen to it. They're not going to read it. They're not going to touch it because it's hidden in writing. Welcome in on the YouTube side. And if you're just meeting me, I am Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. That's because I have my doctorate in strategic business and information management system. My day job, I'm a vice president of technology. Zagamari Tout, welcome in. How are you doing? Make sure you click on the subscribe button. Appreciate everyone tapping out, sharing the love, the life. Like I said, I'm a vice president of technology. I'm in Texas, in United States. And of course, I'm also a professor teaching AI cybersecurity, deep learning, and information management system. And you're wondering, how come you're talking about finance? That's because I am also an economist, a chartered accountant, and I own double digit real estate portfolio. Double digits real estate portfolio. And of course, it tells you something. Real estate is part of the way to that financial freedom. It's part of the steps to financial freedom. ETFs is so definitely part of it. And these are all part of investing. Right? If you are wondering what we do here, this is the $1 Million League. Those aspiring to become millionaires in dollars and those that are already millionaires, right? So you will see some people that are already millionaires here that are aspiring to become multi-millionaires. So that is what we are talking about here. Ultimately, is for you to gain financial freedom. We're not chasing money. Money is just a tool. The goal is financial freedom, ability to build wealth, to live life at your own terms. So let's go straight into. There's one thing I want to talk to us all about. There's one thing I want to talk to us all about. Let's bust the myths. Let's bust the myths. So if you're new here, tap out the live, share out the live, click on that follow button, click on the subscribe button. We have both the YouTube and the TikTok. I'm streaming on both two platforms today. Talk about productivity and efficiency. So you see us streaming on two platforms at the same time, so we can reach more people and help as many people as possible. So one of the things that I hear, people always think that money, they always think that wealth equals what? Equals money. If that's your belief, you think that wealth equals money, right? You think wealth equals money. If your opinion, if you agree that wealth, let's take it, wealth equals money. Do you agree with that? Wealth equals money. Do you think wealth equals money or wealth does not equal money? Drop it in the comment. Do you think wealth equals money? Okay, Font said yes. Okay, which one? Okay, wealth does not equal money. Andrew, thank you so much. Font said yes, wealth equals money. Okay, who else? Let's end this right now. Let's end it and get the final answer today. So Andrew says yes, and Font said yes, and Andrew says no. Okay, who else wants to try? Does wealth equal money? Sarah, wealth equals money. Okay, talk about the time value of money. All right, that's what we're going to be talking about. Right? Wealth. So the truth of the matter is, Priscilla, welcome in. How are you doing? Welcome in. Make sure you click on that subscribe button. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's tap out the live. Let's share out the live. And of course, if you're just new here, welcome in, everyone. Make sure you click on that follow button if you have not done that, and click on the subscribe button. So let's address this once and for all. Let's put this to rest once and for all. If you would like to know, okay, let's put it to rest once and for all. Your income does not equal money. Okay? Wealth means you have asset that generates money. Okay, all right, that's another perspective. But what if I tell you that money is just one type of wealth? Yes, money is one type of wealth. So it tells you, it means that if money is just one type of wealth, that means that there are so many other types of wealth. So let's just address it once and for all. So money does not equal wealth. That's number one. Money does not equal wealth. So you all are correct, but you said, oh, wealth means asset that generates money. Okay, so money is one type, the first type of wealth. So think about your asset. Think about your what's it called? Your money in investments. Think about businesses. Let's discuss it. Yeah. Think about ETF. Think about real estate. Think about businesses, right? Think about all of that. This is about your emergency fund in the bank. All of those kinds, all of those are all types of money, right? Either, liquid money, all types of wealth starts from money, okay? And how you build them up becomes wealthy, okay? All right. Neptune, latest millionaire in town. Yeah, so yeah, but I like the debate. I like that. I like what we're talking about today. I really, really love that. So I like that everybody is giving their own opinion of the type of wealth. But let's put it to rest. Wealth is type number one type of money. What is the second type of wealth? Another type of wealth. Have you heard about health is wealth? Have you heard health is wealth? So it means that health, meaning if health fails, every other thing fails. Health fails, every other thing fails. So the first type of wealth is money. Number two is your health wealth. So you need to be chasing your health as well, right? A lot of people, they trade, they're in the process of chasing money, right? Their money wealth, they lose their health wealth. In the process of chasing this, they lose their health. So we need to, most importantly, health is money. Health is wealth, right? Because guess what? Have you heard about this, some of this I'm talking about billionaires, multi-millionaires that ended it all. You've heard that before, right? Or maybe you've seen or you've heard it in the news. Oh, that this person, a multi-millionaire or a billionaire, he owns this company. This is the CEO of this company, but he ended it all. If you heard that before, right, put it in the comment. I've heard that before. Put yes in the comment. Where somebody that is really extremely wealthy. We're not even talking about millions. We're talking about people that are like hundreds of millions, billionaires. Where you hear it in the news and they were like, oh, this person ended it all. And you're wondering, but this person has money, right? Twin, thank you so much for tapping out the live. Right? You're saying, hi, Strolly, welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing? Make sure you click on the follow button if you haven't done so. Yes, we have only two things to become: health first and wealth second. But health is a type of wealth. Health is a type of wealth. So that's the second thing. Money is the first type. Health is another type. There's another three, and the number four, and the number four and number five are even more important. Number four, guess what? A lot of people miss that, right? They're not even chasing that. Number three is what is called your social wealth. What is social wealth? Social wealth, you've probably heard, your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. That is another kind of wealth. Because if there's no net worth there, net worth is calculated in wealth, right? Your asset minus your liability or whatever, your network is your net worth. That's another type of wealth. Number four is what? Number four, a lot of people are missing this. A lot of people, it is called your time wealth. Your time wealth is what? Your financial freedom. You see, the one that is most abused by a lot of people is this too. They are chasing this, and they're in the process of that, they are losing this. They are losing their financial peace. They are losing their financial freedom because they are trading their time for money. So this is almost like a financial freedom. You are trading, you are working, you are, because you're a medical doctor, you are doing morning shift, afternoon shift, night shift, and of course you are also on call. You are not wealthy, my friend. All you are just doing is you're trading your life for money. Yes, and you know that, oh yes, but I have to work, I have to make money, I have to pay bills. I do understand that, but that's the reality. You're trading your time, meaning that you're losing your time wealth, which is what we have financial for. Now we say you're right. You're right. You are right. Yeah, that's it. A lot of time people trade this health because you are doing morning shift, afternoon shift, night shift on call. But guess what? You're that's going to, first of all, you're not sleeping, you're trading your time. Guess what? It's going to lead to health. You're losing your health wealth. You are losing this, but then they pay you this for trading your health. I mean, your time and your health for it. And of course, I bet that you don't even have social wealth as well in the process, because everything that you dedicate is, I just want to make money. Why I don't have a problem with this? I do not have a problem with this. What I have a problem is if you now use this money and you now use it for things that do not make progress you, does not make your life better, right? You put it towards something called DLL. That's where my problem is. Aji, our latest millionaire intern, welcome in. If you are new here, welcoming everyone. We're talking about wealth building, right? We're talking about the roadmap, the exact journey to financial freedom. Your income does not equal wealth. Your income does not equal financial freedom. And of course, wealth is not the same thing as money. There are at least 5 types of wealth. At least 5 types of wealth. Thank you all for tapping out the live. And number five is something called the peace wealth. Trust me, a lot of us, we miss this. We don't even, this isn't even the least on the list of the things that anybody focuses on, especially the middle class. We never focus on that. What is that peace wealth? What does that mean? And I'll show it to you. Why am I even talking about this? You would see the multimillionaires. Remember, I said we look at the wealth blueprint. We understand where the multimillionaires, where do they put their money, right? Where does the multimillionaire, where do they put their money? So you see the last thing that you see here, specialized structures through a dedicated office or specialized tax advantage trust. They manage estate planning and of course on consolidate assets, invest in alternative asset. That is some form of living trust. Some of us don't even, you have huge amounts in the bank. First of all, there's no reason why you have money in the bank. Stop saving. There's no reason why you're leaving huge amounts of money in the bank. But let's assume that that money that is in the bank, do you have a beneficiary? If God forbid, if anything happens to you today, if that money, is it going to go to the government or you have a beneficiary assigned to it? Living trust. Do you have a living trust? Do you have insurance? Right? Do you have insurance in place? Do you have your, what's it called? Emergency fund. Let even say that, oh, there's a job loss or there is a major issue or whatever, right? Are you able to take care of your family for another 3 to 6 months while you figure yourself out? Those are the things that give you peace. And that's why a lot of people are financially stressed, right? So it tells you something. These are the 5 types of wealth. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you need to for you to be saying that, oh, I'm wealthy, you need to be actively chasing everything. When you have everything, even though you are not at 100% on everything, but you know that, okay, you are not trading your health, your time, your peace, or social, right, wealth for money. A lot of time, everybody chase 2 through 5, especially 2 and 4, and they trade it for money. All right? So that's it. At least you understand that today. Okay? So how then, the question now is, Dr. Lina, how then do money can buy you the rest? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's a thing. Absolutely not, right? It is what you do with that money that can decide to give you a better health, right? Okay, and I agree with you. Yeah. So what you do with this money is the other way around. You said money, it's what you do with this money that will determine if you're able to get this. Because if all that you're saying is, you know what, your money can get you every other thing. But then in the process of you, how do you get that money is the question, Andrew. How do you get that money? Because if you are trading this for this and this to get this money, that's what you're chasing, then how then do you get the money? So it's where you get the money, then you can now be able to say, oh, you know what, I'm able to get the best of the health, right? You right? Money would not buy. Money can, of course, some way. Once you have already built the money, then you can start saying, oh, you know what? Your money can build everything. Okay? Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, everyone. And today we're on a four pillar. We're talking about the four pillars of wealth creation, also known as, right, the steps to financial freedom. Financial freedom is the goal. Money is just a tool. Welcome in, everyone. If you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. And of course, I'm a vice president of technology. And of course, I'm also a professor teaching AI, cybersecurity, deep learning, and information management system. And you might be wondering, how come she's talking about finance? She's talking about money. She does it. What qualifies that? That's because I'm also a chartered accountant and I'm also an economist, and I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio, right? And of course, I also have been investing for close to 2 decades. I've been in the corporate world for close to 2 decades as well. And that's why I can definitely tell you that, okay, guess what? I understand what it is to be paycheck to paycheck, right? And of course, this is what is called the $1 million League. I'm the convener of this community. The $1 million League, those aspiring to become a millionaire and those that are already millionaires, they're trying to become multi-millionaires. We follow the wealth blueprint of the multi-millionaires. And if you're wondering what we do here, oh, is it the get rich quick team? Whatever, we are just the direct opposite. This is about moderate risk investing. This is about generational wealth building. This is about medium to long term investing. We are, like I said, we don't play in the high risk place. As a matter of fact, Google who Warren Buffett is, and you would understand how we invest. Google who Warren Buffett. Warren, then buffet, just like a buffet. Buffet. Welcome in, everyone. And today, what are we going to be talking about? We started, like I said, we started the series, the four pillars of wealth creation, and we started that on this week. Tomorrow will be the last day where we're going to be wrapping up, and it's this. It's basically what? It starts with your income. A lot of times, guess what? A lot of time, and you're wondering, but she's just saying that some people are trading their time for money. How come she's talking about income? By the way, if you're new here, welcoming everyone. You're new, right? Make sure you click on the follow button. It's a little bit different. We do things different here, right? The first thing is you wait 2 minutes. It looks like what you're looking for. You want to become financially free. Or you're wondering, what does she even mean by stop saving? This is what they've told us all our life. Go to school, study hard, save money, and of course, life is going to be good. But guess what? You're still living paycheck to paycheck. You're still struggling when you don't still have financial freedom. You're not still financially free, right? So it means that whatever narrative they gave, that's what they told all of us, right? But guess what? Is it even working? It's not. It's not. So it means that you have to do something different to be able to achieve a different result. You cannot be doing the same thing and expect a different result, okay? So you are ready. This is August. Before you know it is already December, all right? So you have to change something. You cannot be doing the same thing if you want to gain financial freedom. So whatever caught your attention, it could be like, stop saving, right? What else should I do? Start investing. Investing in ETF, investing in real estate, investing in businesses. Yours might be, okay, I just want to earn paycheck to paycheck. Yours might be like, okay, you know what? I want to be financially free. Yours might just be like, you know what? I'm just done with this old rat race. With this, I want to retire early. Whatever your goal is, right? We are here to discuss all of that. So, except you won a jackpot, or your family, you got a family inheritance. Maybe you're a trust kid, right? Maybe you're a trust kid. It starts with your income, right? Jackpot, or call it lottery, or inheritance. So maybe that's trust or lottery. Unfortunately, most of us did not get any of this. Jackpot, zero. I didn't get that. Inheritance, nothing. The only inheritance I got was get your degree, get your economics degree, become a chartered accountant. That's what I got, right? That was it. That was my own inheritance from my parents. And I guess that's the same thing. Some of us even, I mean, some people, I did not get a student loans, right? Thankfully, my parents paid for all my, paid all my for my education, right? Some people even got did not even get only get that, they also got student loan, right? So some of us, most people did not get this. Most people did not get this. So it means that it starts with your income, right? Starts with your income. So think about it. So the goal is what? You are going all the way down to something called, let me, to something called financial freedom. You'll be sitting here 2 minutes. Please click the follow button. You have been sitting here for 2 minutes. Click on the follow button. Let's welcome you in. You do us a disservice just being here, not tapping out the live, not sharing out the live, not doing anything, not clicking the follow button. Thank you for clicking on that follow button. Famous GH, Eno, and of course our Voice Matters latest millionaire in town. Welcoming each and every one of you. That's so beautiful to have all of you coming. Thank you so much. So like I said, we do some things differently here. Just wait 2 minutes. It looks like what you're looking for. Tap out, click on that follow button. That's the first thing. Number two is tap out the live, right? Because that's the only language the algorithm understand, engagement. Number three is share out the live. So don't just be the only one taking this in. Press my forehead on this, but forehead on the screen, and of course you share out to others. And of course, repost also help this live. There's repost on this side. Get to repost as well, like Fawn is doing right now. Tapping is just tap out the screen, like Twin has been doing, and of course Fawn has been doing. Just tap the screen, and of course think the other thing is that also most importantly, get your pen and paper. This on the YouTube side, all you have to do is to click on the subscribe button. Get your pen and paper ready. All right, get your pen and paper. And one more thing that is so different is I'll ask you a question, you would respond. When I ask question, you respond. And of course, yeah, you can ask me questions at any time. Is that okay? Do we get it? Right? Sorry. Bear with me. This is the professor in me. Like I said, I am also a lecturer that I lecture in some colleges here in within the United States. Izara, latest millionaire in town, welcoming. So let's do that. Let's do that. Whenever I see that that is not happening, what I'm going to be doing is thank you so much. Yeah, whenever I see that that's not happening, we're going to pause and we'll continue. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, doing that. Let's remember to also get our daily at me. Let's remember to get our daily at me. If you have not gotten your daily at me, get your daily at me. It costs you 1 penny. And of course, you can give the gallery. That would also be great. Thank you, everyone. Awesome. So good to have each and every one of you. Awesome. So let's start, right? Like I said, we started this on Monday. Oh, thank you. We started this on Monday, and we were, but I'm going to do a quick recap, right? It starts with your income. This is a race to financial freedom. So it tells you something. If you think that your income equals wealth, right? You think your income is the same thing as wealth, or you think your income is financial freedom. That's a problem, right? Because there's a huge gap. It's a journey to financial freedom. A lot of people, it's not equals to financial freedom, right? That's why you're still not financially free, despite the fact that you're working hard, you're working 2 shifts, you are making some decent money at times. Even sometimes you don't make decent money, right? And you think, oh my God, I'm still not financially free. I am struggling with my finances, okay? That's because, now let me now show you the steps. The quick steps. We are already on step number 3, right? But I'm going to, for those that are new, I'm going to start for you. If you are new, drop one in the comment. I'm new, just drop I'm new in the comment. New here, just put new here. If you're new, drop I'm new. Okay? If you're new, so that we know where to get started. So it starts with your income. And this is for me to put this in bold, it means that this Bonnie is new, awesome. Famos is new, okay. Izara is new, that's great, awesome. Bonnie new, perfect, perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to start because of the people that are new. So all the people that have been here since Monday, please bear with me. I'll just do a quick recap, okay? I'll do a quick recap. So Skombe, thank you so much. And everyone that is new, and if you're sitting here 2 minutes, click on that follow button if you have not done so. There's a plus sign in front of your name. Just click on that plus sign. All right, so it starts with this income. So it means that this income is very, very important, as well as the financial freedom, because here is the starting point. So it means that for you to be financially free, it shows that this income is a crucial piece in that journey. So I'm not one of those coaches that will tell you, oh, become an entrepreneur overnight. What are you preneuring when you don't even have the money? Bunny, latest millionaire in town. So I'm one of those people that tells you, I told you I'm a vice president of technology, right? And I told you that I'm also a professor. It means that I value that income because I never got inheritance. I'm not a trustee. Neither did I win a jackpot or win a lottery. So I have to take my income seriously. Remember, we are not magicians, right? You need to follow the steps and the structures. So income, you have to, guess what? Increase that income. That's the first step. How do you increase this income? You can increase your income in 4 different ways. And I'm going to quickly recap. The first one, which is my least favorite, I'm going to start from my least favorite to the best of all, right? My least favorite is you going back to college. Yes. And you're wondering, how can somebody say, oh, my income only $900 per month, how to get it? That's it. That's why we need to fix that income, right? Because of Izara, Olia, and so many other people that fall in this category, right? Even though income is the increase in income is one piece in the puzzle, but you know that even if you miss one piece in that puzzle, you're still not going to get it completed. So don't assume that, oh, because our income is the only step. No. It's just one piece of the puzzle. And you're going to see the others. As a matter of fact, let me put it on this side. Right? This is the puzzle. That's income. That's what we are talking about. So it means that there's 3 more. There's 3 more. So let's fix the first one. Journey to financial freedom. Financial freedom is the goal. Money is just a tool. Welcome in, everyone. If you're new here, welcome in. Click on that follow button if you have not done so. So number 1 is for you to increase your income. Let's help my friend Izara, as many of the other people that fall in that category, right? Because the higher the income, the quicker you can raise to this financial freedom. That's all that it does for you. The quicker. So what is the first one? Also latest millionaire intern, welcome in. If you're new here, make sure you click on that follow button. Also, please note that if somebody follows you or chats you up, that's not Dr. Lina, right? It's somebody else that is acting like Dr. Lina. So make sure you click on the follow button now so you know you have the right Dr. Lina. Jason, latest millionaire in town. Also, thank you so much for getting your daily admin. Let's remember to get a daily admin. So how do you increase your income? The first thing that everybody does, what? Everybody does that. Go back to school. Go get another college degree. How to make, that's exactly what we're talking about. How to make it how to become financially free. Go back to college, right? But isn't that the most stressful part of the whole journey? Like, you've already had 4 years, and then they tell you, oh, go back to college again and do another 4 years. That's why I said it's the least favorite of all of my strategies of you increasing this income. Why should you already have a degree? Why should you go get another one? So I always make a joke, except you're a lawyer and then you want to become a medical doctor or become a surgeon. That's the only instance why I would think that you should go back to college and do another 12 years degree. And as a matter of fact, to me, that is what is called midlife crisis. You want to move to become a lawyer, to become a surgeon overnight. I mean, at your 30s or your 40s, there's yeah, we need to we need to have a conversation, because at that time you should be chasing money and looking for how to retire early versus going to start all over again, right? So what do I mean by this? If you have to go back to college, maybe you found yourself in that scenario. You found yourself in that scenario. In that case, what you should do, look for something called scholarship. Dr. Fatima, who is the director of admissions and scholarships, right, in UCLA, California, she was here 2 months ago, and she told us how many millions of dollars goes unclaimed every single year that is assigned towards scholarships. A lot of people, we always just run towards, guess what, student loan. Dr. Six said, thanks you so much for sharing out the life. We always run towards, what's it called? Oh, you know what? Let me get student loan. But take the same effort to get a scholarship, and you'll be so surprised that there's so many scholarships, so many scholarships out there that is available. And we always think, oh, it's either sport. It doesn't have to be sport. There's community. The fact that you live in a certain city, right, you might get scholarship for that. The fact that you are a certain race, you might get a scholarship related to that. Everything we always think is about sport. You have to play American football to get started. No. So look into scholarships, and you can find those scholarships on the college website and get those scholarships. Apply for it. Let student loan be your last option, because that's going to put money in your pocket. Like I said, scholarship is the first one. While I also like free, a lot of us like free. If you like free like me, put free in the comments. Some of us like free. Another thing is take the free route. There's so many free options that are available. Go on Google Coursera. Go on Harvard Business School. Sir likes free. Yeah, like me. Yeah. Go on. See, it's only Ose that is the only one that likes free. Trust me, everyone right now, if I tell you, oh, you know what? Let's get Dr. Lina's course. I'm going to give you all of you free consultation. Free consultation. I hope you will not say, oh, are we all going to reject it? Huh? So free Harvard Business School, right? Free Harvard Business, in Harvard Business School, there is free right there for you. There is free in yeah, you don't want to, you know what? There is free in Harvard Business School. Google Coursera, there is free right there. And let's keep tapping out the live. We are not tapping out the live. Let's get it to 20,000 taps. Let's share out the live. If you'll be seated here 2 minutes, click on that follow button. And let's remember, let's get our daily at me. If you haven't gotten your daily at me, get your daily at me. It costs you 1 penny, but it helps this community. Please don't just sit here. You're doing us the service, just sitting here. Not clicking the follow button, not tapping out the live, not sharing out the live, not getting your daily at me, because that's the only language the algorithm understands. So you think that you're getting value. At least now you know that there's some free scholarship, right? You're getting value. Click on that follow button and let's welcome you to the League of Millionaires. Journey to financial freedom. Oh, thank you so much. Income to financial freedom. So the first step is we fixing that income. We're fixing the foundation. So free on Harvard Business School. That's there. There's some on free YouTube. You don't have to go to college. As a vice president of technology, I tell you every single time that there are times when I will hire somebody that has the skill. You have a certificate, but you have another skill, right? Of course, I will hire the person over somebody that just has the certificate of paper, but they don't know what they're doing. All right? James, latest millionaire in town. On the YouTube side, how are you doing? Welcome in. Click on that follow button, on the subscribe button if you have not done so. Right? Click on that subscribe button. So good to have each and every one of us right here. Right? Just welcome in. All right. Free. Take the option of the free. That's number 2. Number 3 is the one that is part of my very, very favorite ones, right? It's in between free, but not exactly free. In between free, but not exactly free. And that's exactly because I don't totally like free. I like free, but not totally. It's something called certification. This is exactly the route that I went through. Remember, I said I am, oh no, this is the route I went through, right? Because I basically went to, remember, I said I'm a vice president of technology, meaning I'm an executive of technology, right? I'm in Texas, the United States, right? It means that technology, but how come I'm talking about finance? How come is Dr. Lina talking about finance? Not because of my doctorate degree in information system and strategic business, but because I'm an economist. So my first degree was in economics, and then I became and also I got also finance, chartered accountancy, right? So that's where I started from. That's my passion. But then I realized that I was doing this I was in corporate finance of a Fortune 100. Actually, at that point, that company was a Fortune 100. And I was in that department, corporate finance of that organization by virtue of my first degree. I did it for a couple of years, but I realized that I was doing more work. End of the year close, end of the quarter, end of the month close, spending longer hours. But the money doesn't, remember, I'm fixing my income. Nobody's coming to save you. You need to fix it. And I have a goal of traveling the world. I've been to 22 countries already. My goal is to travel the world. So increasing my income was very crucial because I understand that this income as it goes up and I fix all of this gap in between, then I can become financially free. Then I can meet my own goal of traveling the world, living life at my own terms. All right. So what did I do? I did not go back. You would expect that a vice president of technology went back to go and study computer engineering, how to fix my income exactly. Right? That's what we're talking about right now. The steps to fixing that income. Scholarship. Get the free Google Coursera, Udemy, what's it called? YouTube, all of that, right? Ava Business School, free is there. The other thing, I got a certification. Within 5 months, it costed me $500. $500 was what it took. 5 months was what it took. After 5 months, I got an offer that increased my income by $30,000. Yeah, you are following me to get the free learning. I got my offer that increased my income by $30,000. Guess what? That was about 15 years ago. So guess how much it is right now? Adjust it to inflation or whatever. Just think about the value as of today. That's all that it took. Think about return on investment. As a matter of fact, whenever you're going back to college, or maybe you're going to college, think about always, whatever career you're going to, think about ROI, return on investment. Whatever I want to do, what is the return? Because investing in education is a form of investment. As a matter of fact, real estate ETF is not the only kind of investment that we have. Investment is yourself, is the biggest investment you can ever have. The highest investment with the higher ROI is investing in the skill set, investing in your knowledge, getting books. Like you can see, there are many, many books that I have here. This is just, right? These are books. This is me investing in myself, and there's still hundreds of this within this office that I have right there. Building my personal finance knowledge. So the biggest investment you can have is in your knowledge. But always think about what is the ROI? What is the ROI on that? So you want to go back to college, $300,000, and then you went to do general studies, right? Not that I'm downplaying it, but you paid $100,000. Maybe you would have heard it in Dave Ramsey's show before. Rashford, thank you so much for tapping out the life, right? Maybe you would have heard it in Dave Ramsey's show, and somebody said, "Oh, we have a student loan of $250,000," and they were like husband and wife, and it was like, "Oh, that's beautiful. Who is the surgeon?" And they was like, "Oh, you know what? I did double general studies. Papa's latest millionaire in town." If you are new here, make sure you click on that follow button. Welcome in. We are talking about the steps, income to financial freedom, journey to becoming financially free. It starts with your income. So we are talking about fixing your foundation because income is part of your foundation. At 62, you are back to the university. Okay, that's great, right? But please, I hope you're not taking student loan. Okay, I hope you're not taking student loan. All right, because and think about the ROI in whatever you're doing. That is my least favorite route that you're going. In my own case, it was the certification, 5 months, right? Not back into the four walls. And of course, it was in technology, and they landed me a job that increased my income by $30,000. So think about the certification route instead of going back to college. The employers pay for the skills. It's not that paper. They pay for the skill set. Take it from me. I'm like I said, I'm a vice president of technology. So I hire people, and I have friends that also chief information security officers. All of those people in that high level on the board of that level. And once you have a degree, what are the certifications you have on top of it, which is a cheaper option in terms of time, in terms of money? JCC, and of course, I love real estate. I love realestate.com. I love that. Yeah, absolutely. Latest millionaire in town. If you're new here, make sure you click on that follow button. So certification is the other route. Another route, another thing that has helped me, which I also want to share with you. Yes, I've been a vice president of technology, and I've been in the corporate world for close to 2 decades. Close to it is investing on skill. Right. I've been in corporate world for close to 2 decades, but as a vice president of technology, one of the things I tell you, people that have been beyond 2 decades, some of my colleagues or some of my counterparts, they are not even at the level. So you want to know, do you want to know how come I was able to get there quicker? If you want to know, put I want to know in the comment. How I was able to get there quicker to that level quicker than so many of my counterpart. First and first, thank you so much for the repost, and let's keep tapping out. Let's get it to 20,000. If you want to know, because you can, if you know, then you can be able to reapply. You want to know, okay? You want to know. All right. One of the things is something called negotiation. And my own negotiation might not be your traditional negotiation, meaning you expect me to discuss with my employer. I come with a receipt. It means that I am every 2 years, Dr. Lina I'm not loyal to any company. There's no loyalty because they are not loyal to you. Please understand that. You are just a number. You see that your ID, your company ID, that's just a number. You are just a number in the system. So the earlier you understand that you put all your family pictures there, you set a whole house and you put your entire history in front of your desk. Understand that you're just a number. You're just a number. If push comes to shove to all these companies, right? If push comes to shove, they want to take revenue or profit over employee. Trust me, they will choose revenue, which is what is happening right now with AI replacing everybody's job, right? That's the same thing. It is revenue. If they are picking money over humans. So why are you loyal to? Why are you loyal? Just do your job. Understand it's just a contract. You are just a number. They put your number is 182, 00182, right? And of course, they pay you. You pay them, you do the job, and they pay you. So why do you turn it to your home? So I am not loyal to anybody. I'm not. So you can never see anything on my desk, even if I'm working from office, nothing. Because if it was that easy, think about people that were laid off. Oracle laid off 30,000 employees in one day. 30,000. This is 30,000 families. So whenever you think about 30,000 employees, that is 30,000 families impacted. People's fathers, people's wives, mothers, that their income ended without any employer thinking about it. Because AI was able to take over, right? And guess what? The stock of that company automatically went up because it was a good decision for the investors. But a bad decision a bad at the expense of the employees. So for me, every 2 years, I'm checking out what is out there. Dr. Lina has already acquired additional skill set within this organization. Here's my resume. What can you offer me? Negotiation. I love the company so much. I will come back to you respectively. I will bring that offer. Now I can increase my income by $20,000 because somebody else is going to pay me $20,000. I will come back to you. Are you able to match this? Based on these that I've delivered. You can match it. Oh, okay. I would stay. You cannot match it. Okay, bye. To God, it was good while it lasted. Move on to the next one. Imagine doing it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in 20 years. Guess what? You are already that promotion that we are looking for. That promotion that, oh, because the boss is right there, this person has known you that you're waiting for. It's already, your promotion might be in another organization. So negotiate. And you like the job so much, you like the company so much. Look at internal job posting, right? Our latest millionaire intern, welcome in. If you are new here, make sure you click on that follow button. Don't just sit here, you're doing us a disservice. Just sitting here, because of course you found value, it's here 2 minutes. It means that there's something that you're getting it, but if you don't click on the follow button, you don't tap out the life, you don't share out the life, you don't get your daily admin, you don't give the gallery or whatever, the algorithm doesn't understand that. So please, would appreciate you clicking on that follow button. If it's not something that you're looking for as well, it's also okay to scroll respectively, right? Respectedly, right? Yeah. All right. But please click on the follow button if it looks like what you're looking for. Yes, I'm learning. Thank you. And RBC latest millionaire in town on the red carpet. We're talking about the 4 pillars of wealth creation. How do you do journey to financial freedom? Fixing your income is the first step. So negotiation. Because see, that is how I was able to move to the vice president of technology. Remember, I never got any other degree until 6 years after moving to technology, from finance to technology. 6 years after was when I went for my master's in strategic business and information management system, and then after that was when I that's when I got my doctorate in the same thing as well, right? And that did not contribute to the position of his vice president of technology, by the way. All right. So you know what to do. Scholarship, get the free on Google Coursera, Harvard Business School, get some certification if that is it. Ultimately, think about the return on investment. And of course, negotiation. Can I get free course and scholarship? Free course and scholarships. Yeah, I mean, go to the look at the college that you are that you want to go into, and of course, once you get that, go there, and of course, you apply for the scholarships. Look at the requirement, apply for it. A lot of times, people sleep on scholarships. People sleep a lot on scholarships. There's so many things that people do not know, right? And a lot of time, please also forget about the big names. Some people would say, "Oh, you know what? Because this company has a bigger name than this other company, and the smaller company is paying you more." In my own case, I got my first offer when I moved from finance to technology was Schlumberger. We all know Schlumberger, big. But the other company, if I call the name McDermott, MacDermott, it's just got deep sea, right? It's still oil and gas, but all about deep sea. That's what they do. That's what they do. Or deep sea, right? All those deep. So is it smaller? But guess what? I went with the other one. Who cares? Because it was paying more. Because at the end of the whole thing, who cares about whatever big name? It's about my bottom line. Because I know in another 2 years, 3 years, I am out to the next highest bidder. How about me? My age too old. Is there any other solution to fix financial freedom? That's what. Remember, the first part is income. It's still a lot of steps to get there. Income is a lot of time people make that mistake. Income equals financial. Hell no. It's a whole step. That's latest millionaire intern. Welcome in. If you have been sitting there for more than 2 minutes, click on that follow button. The last thing is that, you know what? I don't want to increase my, I don't want to get certification. I don't want to go back to college. I don't want to do anything at all. And this might be ideal for you, maybe you're much advanced. This is what I did for I about the 401k and contribution. That's what we're going to be talking about, RBC. That's what we see right here. It's right here. We're going to be talking about that. It's right here. So stick around, sir or ma'am. Stick around, and we're going to be talking about it shortly. Uche, how are you? Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's get it to 20,000 taps. Let's share out the live. If you have been sitting there for more than 2 minutes, click on that follow button. You're doing us a disservice just sitting here, not clicking the follow button, not tapping out the live, not sharing out the live. Get your daily at me if you haven't got it. Let's get our daily at me, and of course, tap out the live, share out the live, invite your friends over. CV, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Clicking on that follow button. Welcome to the $1 Million League. So negotiation, like I said. Now, I don't want to do all these things, Dr. Lina. It's too complex for me. I'll tell you exactly what one of my clients in, thank you so much for the roses. I'll tell you exactly what my client in Canada did. Thank you so much for the gift. Did he do in his case? He's already in his 50s. And he said, you know what? I'm just learning this. How come they did not teach us all of this when we were younger? That's the question, right? They taught us how to get credit card at 18, right? But they never taught us what? They never taught us how to actually become financially free. They did not teach us that. And I'm going to show it to you. Hey, Dr. Aaron, thank you so much for the roses. Now, think about it. Hey, Uche, how are you doing? So good to have you. Yeah, welcome in, everyone. If you are new here, make sure you welcome in. Please click on that follow button. Don't just be here. Click on that follow button. So this person in Canada, right, is a much more advanced in age, right? And this might be applicable to is it Izera, right? If you are much older and you don't want to go back to college, man, DJ, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. You don't want to go back to college. You think you don't want to do all of this. This is another thing that you can do to increase your income. Let's say you are making 70K right now. Our goal will always, thank you. Our goal will always be that you get to $100,000. Like 6-figure salary would be the ideal, right? Ideal is going to be like $100,000. Right, 6 figures, right? If you want to aim at something, Dr. Lina, what is the number? Thank you so much, Dr. Aaron, right? What is the by the way, Dr. Aaron, he teaches cybersecurity, AI cybersecurity. So you need to connect with him right there, right? He's the Chief Information Security Officer. Dr. Aaron, I'm going to expose you today. Is one of the people that taught in 2 months ago in a wealth building academy in July. Yeah. Oh, Dr. Aaron just drop a comment. Just say hello or something so that I can pin you right there. He is also a professor teaching AI cybersecurity, deep learning. Is one of the our coaches in June. Some people remember him. Hello, yeah. He was one of our coaches in June, as well as Dr. O, who is the, what's it called? He has our own private practice in the heart of New York. Dr. O is a clinic. She's a clinical therapist. Those were the two people, as well as myself, when we did our wealth building academy, which was also free. So they also share their knowledge on how to increase your income, how to change your skill. He's a geophysics, but guess what? He's a chief information security officer, and he never went back to college. So those are the kind of things that you would see, right? You do not have to go back to college. So like I was talking about, you want to increase this to 100,000, 100K, right? You want to increase this to 100K. What you can do, thank you so much. What you can do is 70K to 100K. How do you connect that? It's something called supplement your income. Supplement your income. So I have one person, like I said, one of my clients in Canada. What it does, it was like, oh, you know what? I think I'm a little bit behind on this because, of course, he did not also know all of this because they did not teach all of us as well. Guess what? 70K to 100K. That's not his exact number. He makes decent income. But because he feels that, you know what? I'm closer to my 60-year-old. What can I do? He said, okay, I don't want to go back to college. I'm not doing any of this. And he decided to say, okay, I supplement my income. Every weekend, he would do Uber, drive Uber, because he was like, okay, or even on weekends, I really do not, I mean, because he enjoys to drive, I really do not do anything. I'm just watching TV, right? I can as well you put that into to use. So he does maybe additional 2K every single month. Come doing just that. Yours might not be that. You can rent your car on Toro. You can do rental arbitrage. What's rental arbitrage? You can rent a house and then you put it on Airbnb, furnish it and put it on Airbnb. Of course, you have to do the ADNA to check that it's a good location and all of that, right? You pay your landlord, and of course, the difference between what you get from your difference between the landlord's payment and the return from your Airbnb, that difference is additional income to this 70,000. That's another thing. There's something called affiliate marketing. You can sell on TT Shop, like TikTok Shop. You can do that. You can do whatever I'm doing right now. Teach others as well. I hope you know that you have a knowledge. You know how to flip burgers, but you do not. You know how to flip burgers, but you're not teaching others. You'll be so surprised at people that are learning how to. There are people that are learning how to understand how to flip, do that burger that you think that is nothing. Write an ebook, even though that might not be so much of, but you might be teaching that. Let me tell you, you might think that, oh, there's skills. My skill is not knowledgeable. Let me tell you something. Recently, as part of our cutting our cost in my own family, right? Because we did the 31 days money reset. As part of what we did, I said, oh, I'm going to do this challenge. We're going to reduce our cost, our monthly expenses, our basic living expenses. So I said, okay, there's some things that I'm going to take care of. The yard, I fired my kids to say, Mommy is the greatest firer. I fired the yard guy. So there's somebody that cuts the yard. That's about $35 every 2 weeks. That's $70. I fired that. I said, okay, every time the yard is high, instead of me going on my walk for that day, right, my exercise of 1 hour that day, I will take the lawnmower and I'm going to cut the yard. Or my teenager will cut the yard, or my husband will cut the yard. That's what I told. That was 30. That's $70, right? You might think that it's small, but calculate $70 here. Hey Nana, $70 here, $70 there. Before you know it, it's something. The second thing, which is even why I'm even mentioning this, that you know what? You can on different platform you can teach. I'm talking about finance right now. Yours might not be finance. If you're new here, click on that follow button. Yours might not be finance. Yours might just be something else. Let me give you an instance. Another person that I fired was the pool boy. The pool boy that comes to clean, it's about $197 every single month. $197, and I was like, okay, $197 plus $70 plus some of the subscription that was in itself about almost 300. The cleaner, that's almost $600. $600. I said, okay, cleaner, we will do it ourselves. Hey, thank you so much. We will do it ourselves. We will do all of those kind of things, right? Then guess what? It was time for the pool to understand you need to know how to maintain a pool to be able to do that. You can buy the chemical, but if there's no balance, then the pool is going to start having algae and have all of those kind of things. Guess where did I turn to? I turned to YouTube. Guess what? Somebody is teaching you how to maintain your pool. I saved myself $200. I did a view for somebody right there. That's it, $200 every single month. That is $2,400 saved as a family, which we can put towards Roth IRA, investing, and all of that to turn our latest millionaire in town. Welcome in, everyone. If you're new here, welcome in. We are on income to financial freedom. So we are fixing our foundation, which is number one, increase your income. Because except you won a lottery, you won a jackpot, or you got a family inheritance, or you're a trust kid, which most of us are not. The only trust that we got was trust to go to school and get good education. That's the only living trust we got. Thank you. That is the only living trust that we got, guys. So, and I know that there are a lot of people that within my category. And guess what? It's even worse. Some people got student loan with their own. They did not get, at least we got lucky and our parents paid for our own education. So people got student loan. They are still paying a student loan after many years, right? So talk about student loan, think about scholarship first. All right? Think about scholarship before we talk about student loan. If you're new here, for everyone that is new, please click on that follow button. Don't just be here, not clicking on the follow button, not tapping out the live, not sharing out the live, not getting your daily admin, not doing anything. You're doing us a disservice, right? Because the only language algorithm no understand, when you evaluate, you've seated here for, you've been seated here for 2 minutes, it means that there's something that you want to learn. Whatever captured your that made you stop scrolling, whatever that is, right? 2 minutes, look at it. It looks like what you're looking at for. Click on that follow button and let's welcome you in. Thank you so much for getting your daily admin. Much latest millionaire in town. And please know that if somebody is following you, starts to follow you, looks like Money Talk with Dr. Lina. That's not Dr. Lina. It's somebody else, right? When you look at the name very well, it's Money Talk with Dr. Lin or Money Talk with Dr. Lina, right? It's not. This is my only account, and they might tell you the back account is not Dr. Lina. We don't talk about crypto. We don't talk about we are investors. We are not speculators. We are not gamblers, and definitely we are not traders. So you need to Google who Warren Buffett is, and you will understand one of the steps that we talk about here. NJ, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Right. And when you hear me call them millionaire, yes, it is not just that. I'm a Jesus baby. Okay. So I say to my big father in heaven to say, this is the candidate. Somebody just says, I am going to become a millionaire. Clicking that follow button. That's number one step. But number two is that God also, because there's power of life and death in the tongue. So when you say that, we're saying that this person is a candidate to become a millionaire in dollars. That's number one. Number two is God has also said that, you know what? I will bless the works of your hands. So if there's nothing in your hands, we are not magicians. So get your pen and paper and follow the step, follow it to the letter. Follow it and you will start seeing results. Somebody literally just crossed $500,000. Within this community, her income did not change because she was already making decent income. But guess what? She followed the steps. You see the steps we're going to be talking about here. You can see them right here, right? It's everywhere. That's the follow. She's on her way to becoming a millionaire in dollars. A millionaire in dollars. All right. So, and that's what we teach her. So make sure you click on that follow button. Sorry, I need to leave because okay, that's great. That is great. You always come around, okay? Always come around. Turn on notification bell. Subscribe on the YouTube channel as well. It's Money Talk with Dr. Lina as well. So good to have each and every one of us. Awesome. So how do you, in his own, so that's it. Supplement your income. So that has the steps for you getting a scholarship, getting the free, go on Google Coursera, go on the Harvard Business School, go on, people should visit, oh, thank you. Yeah, Money Talk with Dr. Lina is the same thing across board. Money Talk with Dr. Lina on IG, on YouTube. As a matter of fact, I release long form videos on Sundays. Long form videos on Sundays on YouTube, which is still, let me drop the name in the comments. You can just go there and make sure you turn on notification bell so you know the exact time. That's the name right there. Don't miss it. And if anybody follows you, this is what you are looking for. The @ sign should be the same thing as the name, right? If anything is different, then it's not Dr. Lina. Okay? Right? On the YouTube, it's still the same thing. On IG is also the same thing. All right? And we're going to have the latest video on Sunday. The last one was last Sunday. We had how to buy real estate step by step. So you'd find it right there. All right, so fix your foundation, scholarship, Google Coursera, Harvard Business School, YouTube, all of those, right? That is free. Certification, which was my own case, $30,000 increase. Move to the oil and gas industry under 5 months with less than $500. That is good, very good return on investment. Number 4, negotiation. Negotiate your salary. Don't just sit there. When last did you build a resume? Do you even know how to? Do you still know how to build a resume? Do you? Probably not. Because, you think that you have arrived in that job. Guess what? The next person coming behind you, the younger people coming behind, they are earning more than you. I hope you know that. Because they adjust that paycheck every single period, right? They are earning more than you. I know because I was earning more than my manager at some point because I am the newest person and I was able to negotiate properly. So I started earning more than her, right? As a matter of fact, the people within my level, I was earning at least 20 to 30,000 higher than them because we discussed about it. Static, welcome in. How are you doing? Yeah, supplement your income. So I don't want to do all of this, right? Then look for what else can you do to increase that income to a six-figure income. And you would understand the reason why this is very important, okay? All right, any question on increasing our income as part of fixing our foundation? This is one of the steps in fixing the foundation. Any questions? If you have any question, drop it in the comments. If you are new here, click on the follow button. You are new, click on the follow button. All right, click on the follow button. Now remember, I said that income is one of the pieces. Income is one of the pieces in the puzzle. It's one of the piece of the puzzle. Income is one of the piece of the puzzle. The piece in the puzzle, right? Is a triangle. This is income. I remember the question I always ask: go to school, study hard, get a good job, and of course, thank you so much for the donuts, right? Go to school, get a good job, go to school, study hard, get a good job, work hard, life is going to be beautiful. If you've heard that statement before, put yeah, I've heard that, put yes in the comments. I have heard this narrative before. I have put yes in the comments if you've heard that narrative. Go to school, study hard, get a good job, and life is going to be beautiful. Dr. Aaron said, I've heard it. Okay. Who else also said he's heard that? Anymore? Because this is the narrative. But guess what? Question to we've heard that. All right, Grace. But guess what? One question again, please help me. Is it really true? Put yes or no. Is life so beautiful? You are financially free. You know, went to school, you studied that, you followed that narrative, you got a good job. Are you still never? Okay, who else? For now, we said no. Okay, exactly. So it tells you something. Your income. If anybody wants to say yes, please feel free to say yes. Your income does not, no, not true at all. Okay. Your income does not. I'm liking the chat. Thank you so much for all responding. If you are new here, make sure you click on that follow button. Welcome in. Click on that follow button. If you have not, let's remember to get our daily admin as well. Share out the live. Invite your friends over as well. Lou, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Welcome in. This is the $1 Million League, the community of millionaires. Those that are aspiring to become millionaires in dollars, and those that are already millionaires and they're trying to become multi-millionaires. Or yours might be, I want to just end the paycheck to paycheck cycle. In whatever category where you fall, or yours might be, I want to become financially free. That's it, because some people's financial freedom number is not 1 million. Theirs is 700,000 based on the rule of 25. Right? Rule of 25. Once you do the calculation, just take your annual expenses multiplied by 25. That is your financial freedom number. So monthly expenses multiplied by 12, then multiplied by 25. That is your financial freedom number. Whatever you're looking for, you want to become a millionaire. Exactly. Yeah, out of your mouth, straight to the ears of our God in heaven. And you will definitely get there. You are already on a way right there. Just make sure that you execute, because God, we are not magician here. Make sure you execute. God is not going to come from heaven. You need to get the pen and paper to do it, okay? Do it. It requires steps and action. All right. So it means that your income does not equal wealth. With that statement that they say, go to school, get a job, and of course, everyone is saying never. It's not happening. I'm still living paycheck to paycheck. They lied to us, right? Adulthood is a scam. All those kind of things. Yes, income does not equal wealth. Neither does it equal financial freedom. It's not equal to financial freedom, right? So what exactly equals? How do we now get to that wealth status, financial freedom status? Almost latest millionaire in town, right? How then do we get to this, right? It starts with this income, and we've just fixed that. Everybody already learned that. The next thing is The other piece of the puzzle is what? This triangle. Here, the other piece of the puzzle, what they told us was, you know what? Another lie that they told us was, enjoy the fruit of your labor. You've heard that before, right? You work so hard, you deserve it. Enjoy your life, enjoy the good things, enjoy the fruit of your labor. If you've heard that as well, enjoy the fruit of your labor. You've worked too hard. And if you've heard that, put yes in the comment. If you maybe it could be family, friends, it could be friends or whatever. You work really hard. So enjoy yourself and enjoy the fruit of your labor. You've heard that before, right? Right? Yes, you've heard that. Okay. So what that means is that they said put your money on something called DLL. Okay, guys, drop DLL in the comment. DLL in the comment, and I will try to wrap this session up quickly so that we can start with smart investing, continue with smart investing and real estate shortly. I'm just trying to take the people that missed the first DLL. What is DLL? DLL is something called depreciating lifestyle liability, aka your bills stroke lifestyle. Depreciating lifestyle liability, also known as bills plus lifestyle. So if you follow what they said, enjoy the fruit of your labor, and your income equals the bills and lifestyle, depreciating lifestyle liability. It means when you hear depreciating, what does that sound to you? What does that mean? What's the synonym of depreciating? When something depreciates, right? Is it going up or down? Right? Depreciating lifestyle liability. Liability, what does that mean? What's another name for liability? What's another name for depreciating? Down, exactly, down. Thank you so much, Salem. Thank you so much, Twin. Right? Down. All right? Okay, perfect. Down. All right. So if you put your money towards, all you're saying is that income, you are putting what they said is put your money towards depreciating lifestyle liability, meaning that put your money into something that is going down, right? Go just reach level 10, out of value, exactly. I love that, right? Now, while you cannot control the bills, you cannot control these bills. You still need to eat, live in a place. You still need to move from one place to the other, which is basic part of life. One thing that you can control, you might not be able to control this bill successfully. However, the lifestyle associated with the bill is what you can control. You see, this is the one that goes out of hand that a lot of people struggle with. Party every weekend, that Gucci bag, that MS purse, that trying to impress who doesn't care about you. You're trying to compensate for what you do not have, trying to play wealthy, right? You want to act wealthy, you want to show that you have arrived, but guess what? You are just a bloody employee that somebody can say that, okay, tomorrow don't come back to my job again. All right, you're playing a god based on an income. Doctor, welcome in. Right? Party every single weekend. That's where you put all your money. They don't even know you are there. Right? That's it. Those kind of lifestyle. You close the bar or whatever. Get a section in the club. All your money is going there. Depreciating lifestyle liability. Let's talk about those expensive cars that, okay, we buy a Mercedes. I mean, one of the cars that I bought but a brand new Audi 2017. Well, I still went back again. 2017 Q7, 70,000 or whatever. That was almost 10 years ago. Guess what? The car, by the time we wanted to sell it, guess how much it was? All in 83,000. That's the price. Brand new, $83,000. Whenever we wanted to sell it, guess how much it was after 7 years or 6 years? $15,000. $15,000. Isn't that nuts, right? Isn't that nuts? $15,000 was what we got for it. He was in good shape. Dr. Aaron is laughing. 83,000. Yeah, that's crazy. 83,000, 7 years or 6 years after. Yeah, depression. That is what is called depreciating lifestyle liability. Crazy, yup. Dr. TT also agrees, right? Please don't just laugh at me, because trust me, most people are on this table that we're talking about. These that I just talked about, Mercedes is even worse, right? But a lot of us, we put the money in Mercedes. Guess how much it is after how many? After once you drive it out of the parking lot, you lose about 25% of the value. So at least you know that you know peace. All right. So depreciating lifestyle liability, right? While the bills, it's a standard, right? By the way, know that Dr. Lina loves good things. I've been to 22 countries. My goal is to travel the world. That's my goal, right? So whenever I talk about this, don't say, "Oh, she's a cheap." She's not cheap. I ain't cheap. Tracy, latest millionaire is now. She ain't cheap at all. But the only difference is that it is something else that pays for this. It is not this. This is your life. This is also AKA this income that you see here. That's your life. It means 40 hours of your life is what they pay you. They pay you 40 hours. You trade 40 hours of your life every single week. They pay you the money, and then you use it towards something that is depreciating, that is going down. You put it something that is liability. The only thing that is good there is lifestyle, depreciating lifestyle liability. Have you been to my lovely country, Ghana? Yes, I have. I have. Many years ago, 15 years ago. It's part of my list, 22 countries that I've been to. Awesome. Depreciating lifestyle liability, right? That's great. Yeah. Right? So it means that while bills is okay, it's good. However, the lifestyle that comes with it is what might be the problem, right? The lifestyle that might be the problem. What do I mean? A house that is 5,000 square footage and a house that is 2,000 square footage, right? It's very different. Because the cost of you might just think, oh, it's the cost of the mortgage. It's just the mortgage that is high. No, there's an increase in the utilities. There's the increase in the cost of the gas. There's the increase with everything that associates with this. Now let's talk about the car. When you drive a Toyota and you drive a Mercedes, you use a premium gas, or what is the highest grade versus the low grade. That is, if you're in Texas like me, that is $3.99, $3.80 something cent, or 90, almost $4 versus $3.20, whatever. That's the difference. So can you see? So the higher those things are, the higher the expenses that comes with it. So it is not just what you have. So that's it. But guess what? It's also good, But guess what? What they told us is what? Use that income to fund bills. So guess what? If you're a medical doctors, come closer. All you medical doctors, please come, because I have a lot of them as clients. Come closer. I love all of you. Or you are in the health field, come closer. Because you think, oh, you know what? I'm making some decent money. We are here. Dr. Aaron, you are a chief information. What did we do? Okay, I know you guys will talk. Guess what? I feel for most medical doctors a lot of times. Because guess what? Everybody, oh, you're making too much money. Right? You're making a lot of money. 300,000. You said I'm too much. 300,000, 350,000. How much is your student loan? How much are you still paying back a student loan? Number two, everybody is riding on your back expecting that, oh, you know what, she's making good money. There is the lifestyle inflation. Plenty, very plenty. Thank you so much. I'm glad that the medical doctors are responding. A lot of people feel that, oh, she's arrived. Everybody is riding on your back. I know, because I have gynecologists, right? I have doctors. They have student loan, 12 years in the field or whatever to get there. So student loan is like here. So true. Student loan is here. They are crying Even people that a teacher might even be better at times. And I'm not downgrading a teacher. I still say that the teacher should be the highest paid. That's medical doctors. Okay. The other thing is you're a medical doctor. Of course, you cannot drive a Toyota, right? You must drive a Mercedes. You have to drive an Escalade or you have to drive a Porsche, right? Because you're a medical doctor. Lifestyle inflation, friends, families, outsiders, student loan, one's bill. You cannot live in a regular house. Who dares you? How dare you buy a 300,000 or 400,000 house? You deserve it. You have worked hard for you. You make good income. They look down on you because, oh, you know what? But guess what? You are dying in, not using die. You are struggling. To everybody in the world, everything looks perfect. Benz, Jaguar, exactly. 12 years. Everything looks perfect to everybody. You are the only one that is in the glass house that is crying. Obama was able to pay off his student loan after becoming president. Oh my goodness. Spending love, baby, you just killed me. And you like they do not. So I feel for it. I tell them I do have a lot of them as clients. Aston Martins, another level. You have to do all of those things. You have to show for the right you have arrived. But guess what? You're struggling. Please come close. That's what I want to tell you. Because you are making 300,000 or 400, whatever. But your lifestyle or your expenses is at 299. You only have $1,000 left after you have paid all this thing. They just hear the title. They think we have. Dr. TT is just, yeah. She's like, you just eat something. You just eat something that, thank you. I think you need to invite others, right? Invite those your friends that think that, yeah, share out the invite, press my forehead on the screen and invite them so that they will not think you are the one saying it. It's another person saying it, right? Share out the live. If you have been sitting there 2 minutes, click on that follow button. If you've not clicked on the follow button, click on the follow button. If your income is here, your expense is here, you're not building wealth. 200,000, 300,000, right? And all that you have left after everything is, I have just $20,000 left. You are, and a teacher that makes a sum of $80,000 and is able to live on a $50,000 or $40,000 is richer than you. You, that doctor, you are poor. Poor. The teacher is rich, richer than you. Because guess what? Your income tool is income minus your expenses. This is your wealth tool. The wealth tool is what you need to be able to become financially free. No, you are not. You're not, because you are here, so you already know how to put your money. You've already set them straight. So you've already told them, because you are already self-aware. It is people that are making 300 and then their living expenses is at 299, or their living expenses is even higher than 299, that 300,000 that they're making. That's what we're talking about. So summary, doctor or no doctor, lawyer or no, whatever profession that you're in, if your income and your expenses, if you have nothing left after, all you are doing is you are working to pay bills. That's all you're doing. So what do you need to change? And that's what you need to change today. And guess what? It is not your fault. They all told us the same thing. Go to school, study hard, and life is going to be beautiful. And then, of course, you are doing it and life is looking beautiful, but then you are in debt. You're struggling and you're saying, they keep telling you, oh, you know what, life is, you know what, you deserve it, buy it. You deserve it. You've went to school, you deserve it. And then you keep. So what should you do differently? All right? Dr. Lina, what should I do differently? What you should do differently is this. You go this route. Not all your income on DLL. You go this route. Guess what? It's still coming here, right? The only thing is that you're not going the shorter route. you are going this longer route, right? This is the way, the narrow path. This is the wider road. This is the narrow path to the life, to the financial freedom. Okay, living paycheck to paycheck, that is all what we are doing. We all need help, and that's what we're talking about here. Change this scenario. This is what this is paycheck to paycheck. This scenario here is paycheck to paycheck. This scenario here is, because it's the same thing, income pay bills every single month. And guess what? It's a major risk, because once this equation is out of the place, guess what? This bill is there. So you are struggling. This is what is called hamster wheel. This is what is called the rat race, because it's like the same thing. And you're wondering, how come they never taught us? The minute you know this, that just with $100 every single month, starting from the age of 20, you would end up with 1.6 million. I'm like, what, Dr. Lina? Are you serious? Yes, I am serious. And I'm going to show it to you today. $100. And like, okay, how come I never did that? This $3 a day. And by the way, we are not gamblers. We are not traders. We are investors. Google how Warren Buffett, what he does, and you would understand. Because remember, I said there are so many pieces to the puzzle. Increased income is the first one. Now we're talking about redirection of where your money goes to. Not DLL, not bills. Now we're talking about this route. What is this route? What is this route? Everyone drop ACA in the comment. ACA, let's all drop ACA in the comment. Drop ACA. ACA, if you want to know what ACA is, drop it in the comment. All right. That's what we want to talk about. The ACA is what it is. What is ACA? Just like we have depreciating lifestyle liability, we have something called appreciating cash flowing assets. Appreciating cash flowing assets. And that's what we have on this side of town. Appreciating cash flowing assets. Call it ACA, and I put it as green. This is amber. This is green. You want to become financially free? This is the route to go. Yes, it's longer, but it is the route to go. What is ACA? ACA is appreciating cash flowing assets. Assets, so it means three things. It's an asset, it cash flows, and then it appreciates. Whenever you hear appreciating, thank you so much. Whenever you hear appreciating, what's another synonym? What's the synonym, or what do you understand what in one word? Drop it in the comment. When you hear something appreciate, what does that sound? What does that mean to you? When something appreciates, what does that mean? Appreciating. When you hear something increasing in value, this is decreasing in value. So you can either be putting all your income in something that is depreciating, in reducing in value, or you see something that goes higher, increase. Asset. Whenever you hear something, they'll say, oh, that woman, that girl is an asset. Oh my goodness. You know what that means? It means that this person is smart, she's smart, she's intelligent, she's beautiful, that girl is an asset. Or they'll say, oh, you know what? Oh, you just invested in something. Clog latest millionaire in town, right? It means that, oh, it has a potential of bringing value to my life. It has a potential of increasing my life, making my life better. That is appreciation. It means that growth, that's what it means. Growth. And then cash flow. It means that it puts money value, exactly. It puts money in your pocket. It cash flows and it grows. So this is where you want to put some of your money. Well, of course, there's some things that is standard. You still have a house, you need to have a house over your head. You still have to have a car or a bus pass or something for transportation. You still have to eat. The kids have to wear diapers. You still have to pay whatever, right? All of those things are important. But guess what? You just need to be intentional to say some of my income, I will put it towards these basic needs, but I'll put the larger percentage in this side, because this one, the cycle ends here. The cycle, it ends. Whatever money that goes here. Or have you ever heard this? Oh, my landlord. When I paid my landlord, when I pay my rent, do you go back and say, okay, landlord, the money that I paid you, give me return on that money? Is that possible? Or that car that you bought, or when you buy gas, do you go to the gas station and say, okay, that money that I just paid, I bought, I'm talking about gas because I had to buy gas today. I filled up my tank, it was like $80. You know, when I bought the gas, can you go back to the gas station to say, oh, you know what? Give me the return of that money that I put in there. Or when you buy a car from dealership, can you go back there and say, okay, that 70,000 that I bought, please, what's the return? There's nothing. It ain't there. Right? That's a cycle. But when you put your money, not possible. When you put your money on this side, one question, if you put your money in the stock market, right? You put it in the right, maybe you bought Netflix when it was $65 an hour, right? When you bought it at that time. Today, I don't know how much it is, right? Can you go back to Netflix and say, okay, this money that I bought in this Netflix that I bought, the shares of Netflix that I bought, where's the return? I mean, I want to, now it's worth $300. I want my money back. Can you ask for that? Can you ask for that? Right? Can you ask for that? You invested in Netflix. You bought Netflix stock, for instance. You bought Netflix stock. Can you go back to Netflix and say, or the stock market, where you bought the stock of Netflix, so you cannot sell it? And yes, you can. You bought Netflix stock, the shares, the stock of you invested in the company. You bought it as an asset, right? Or let's say Apple, you bought an iPhone 15, right? You cannot go back to say, okay, this iPhone, please give me my money back. It's not possible. But if you bought iPhone, you bought Apple stock, which is the owner of iPhone. If you bought that stock, you can, yeah, you get it. If you bought that stock, by now you know what that is, right? If you bought it when iPhone 15, which year was iPhone 15, right? Or iPhone 11, right? You know how much it was. The money that you used to buy that phone, if you had invested in the stock in that year of Apple, do you know how much that is today? You can get return on that. But with phone, the phone would have reduced in value. Right? You would have yeah. So understand that this is liability, this is asset. So think about asset as, I'll wipe here. Think about asset as something that is like a tree. You put it here, you put some of your money, income, you put it as a seed. This seed will start becoming a tree. It germinates. Remember, they said eat the fruit of your labor, but you decide not to eat that fruit. SB, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. If you are new here, click on that follow button. It germinates. Think about it. You drop a corn, a seed of corn, you drop it in the ground. What happens? It becomes a whole cob of corn. One, maybe two or three, right? Which is hundreds. So that's how you deal. The same thing we do with your money. You want to be financially free? That's your route to financial freedom. Don't eat that fruit. Don't eat the total of that fruit, right? Use that fruit of that your labor. Use some of it for bills. Put a lot here as a seed. Instead of eating it as a fruit, have it as a seed, because this seed, what is going to do? It will start germinating and it will give you what? Rental income. That's if you put it in real estate. That's your tenant paying you every single month. It will give you investment income. It will give you, if you invest it in stock market, it will give you what? It will give you dividend income. If you put it in dividend ETF or dividend income, dividend stock, right? Business income. If let's say you bought McDonald's, right? You bought a company like a laundromat. These are where you should put your money. All right. That is the person that was asking about Isaiah. You were asking about, so what should you do? That's exactly what you need to do. So what is the difference between here and here? The major difference is what? Because guess what? It's a triangle. So it means that it's still, instead of you going this way, which is anti-clockwise, you are going clockwise and you are still coming here. So whenever I say that Dr. Lina love beautiful things, good things, right? It means that I am still enjoying this depreciating lifestyle ability. I still drive a nice car. I still live in a nice house. I still want to travel the world, 22 countries. But what is paying for it? This is what is paying for it. The difference between it is that income is what your life is paying for it in this place. 40 hours of your life, 52 hours a week or a year. That's what is paying for it here. But in this case, it is your money that is doing the work. So maybe you would have heard, let your money be working harder than you do. That's it. That's what the street is. This is your money. You set some money aside. You put it towards asset that cash flows, asset that grows, and of course, it starts giving you. I hope you can see that this is rental income. That's another kind of income. This is the difference, is that this is skilled income, active income. This one doesn't not this one, and on this skilled income, active income, I hope you know that's what you can do it. Even let's say you decide to do it every single time, it gets to a time that your body will tell you, you know what, now you are in your 60s, you can't do it anymore. That's it. Your health will stop, would fail. All those things will happen. Chief, latest millionaire in town. So what do you need to do? What should you do differently? Take your money, right? Let the job, your money be doing the job. Thank you so much for getting your daily at me. If you have been sitting here 2 minutes, click on the follow button. Let's tap out the live as well. Let's share out the live. Let's tap out the live. Let's share out the live. Let's tap out the live. And you'll be sitting there for 2 minutes. You're doing us a disservice. Please click on the follow button, right? You'll be sitting here 2 minutes. It means that there's something that caught your attention. Maybe what we're talking about, maybe it's the messy board. I'm like, why is this all messy? We're talking about the journey to financial freedom. Starting with your income, fixing your foundation, right? This is the triangle that you need to follow. Go this route, right? Your income minus your expenses. We are building your wealth too, because that is where it's going to build your wealth. Thank you all for the repost. Just me. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for the gifting the gala. Really appreciate everyone doing that. If you have been sitting here 2 minutes, please click on that follow button. Don't just sit here. James, latest millionaire in town, right? Don't just sit here not doing anything. You're doing us a disservice, because that's the only language your algorithm understand. When you share out the live, when you tap out the live, when you click on the follow button, you don't know how to click on the follow button. There's a plus sign in front of your name. Click on that. Turn on notification bell as well. And of course, we have been on a good ride, welcoming everyone to the $1 Million League. Awesome. Now, having said that, what are these assets that cash flows that we are talking about? Ratsford, latest millionaire in town. What are these assets that we talk about? Patrice, latest millionaire in town. Amy, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. And you're wondering, oh, what does she mean by millionaire? This is the $1 Million League. Thank you so much for getting your daily at me. This is the $1 Million League, the community of people that are saying, you know what? We're changing the status quo. We're not doing that working for 45 years. We want to be financially free, meaning we become work optional. Not that we are quitting our jobs. Commercial P, latest millionaire in town. Not that we're quitting our job, but we become work optional. We work because we want to work, not because we have to work to pay bills, right? A lot of people, they're working to pay bills, right? We're saying that no, our money should be the one doing the work. We're going to do something. We're going to do something called delayed gratification. We're going to delay the gratification. This is instant gratification. Income through bills and depreciating lifestyle liability. But no, we are going to go this route. All right, it's a little bit longer, but guess what? Its ultimate goal is here. But what's that going to help us to do? We delay the gratification so that we can start doing what? We can become financially free. Because it gets to a certain point, this tree that is germinating, right? This our wealth tool that we have here, it's going to start germinating this rental income, the investment income, what's it called? The dividend income, revenue, and all of that. And this is going to get to a point that is going to equal this bill. This is step number one. So it means that our asset, our money is generating enough income to become financially free. This is the first level of becoming financially free, because you don't have to work, but your bills are paid. That's first level. Level number two, right, which I always advise everyone is, let this be equal to your income. At that point, you are optional at that time, because your income, you meaning your active income, your life, the money your life generates, your active income, right? It's now you have something else. Your money is now the one generating all of that, and it can replace this income. And then you can decide to say, okay, you know what? Maybe you've heard something called FU money, FU money, FU money. If your boss looks at you too, he looks at you too much, or it just makes you angry, you can say, bye, I'm out. I am stressed. You can say, I'm out, because you have. But a lot of us cannot do that right now, right? Because it's the bill that is talking. It's not, you can't even, if they look at you somehow, we say, please, what do you mean? You can't even say anything. You struggle into your shell, and you're like, okay, well, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's because of the bills. But you cannot be doing the same thing and expect a different result, because guess what? The MS purse that you bought, and the Birkins, and what's it called, the Chanel and that Gucci, those things are not going to give you that financial freedom. They're not. What is going to? It's the asset, right? Then once you have that asset, go ahead and buy your Birkins. Go and buy those Mercedes. Buy your Porsche. Buy your Aston Martins. After, let it not be you that is doing this. Not be you that is doing the job to pay these bills. This DLL, it is your asset that would fund it. And that is what is called financial freedom. That's it. That's it. Now, the next question that everybody would like, okay, so Dr. Lina, now we have fixed the income. Now we know, right? One of the other things that I want to tell us is, some of us already know this, right? You remember, it's a whole steps. It's a whole step. The next step is, as part of fixing the foundation, is one is your 4-account system. And the right order, wealth order. Let me touch this quickly. The 4-account system. There's 4-account system that you should have. Like, meaning literally 4 accounts. So it means that if you have one account, there's some others that you're missing. The first account that you're supposed to have is the one that you have as of today. That's your income account. You're supposed to have that. Meaning where your income goes to, your paycheck, where it goes to every month. But most people, this is the only account that they have, because inside that account, that's where they pay bills. Inside that account, they don't even have emergency fund. Inside that account is modeled up. And that's part of the reason. It might not be because of your income, that your income might still be good. But then you realize that, where did my money go? Because you forgot to pay one bill. And you've already budgeted. Maybe somebody came and said, oh, you know what? I need to augment my rent. You already said, oh, you know what? Okay, I think all my bills have been paid. I can spare this $500 and give you this $500. But guess what? You forgot that, oh, it's the weekend. This company, the light company, have not come to reduce. They have not taken money out. So this is what that fixes. Okay. So the first account you should have is, of course, your income account. This income account is the distribution center. Hey, Lincoln, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Income account is the first account. It's just a distribution account. Can we just put DC in the comment? Let's put DC. Type DC. Put DC in the comment. Let's all type DC in the comment. Thank you all for tapping out the live as well. Sharing out the live. Right? You've been sitting there 2 minutes. Click on the follow button. Type DC. Thank you so much. DC. Awesome. Awesome. Perfect. DC. DC simply means this account is just a distribution center. So the income comes in, then it distributes. Right? You remember distribution center, it distributes to multiple stores. Right? That's just a DC. That's what it means. So it means that this account should be almost zero by the end, by day 4 or day 5 of your, after after receiving your paycheck into this account. That's the first thing. Now, what does it feed into? Number two, it feeds your emergency fund account. And this emergency fund account is not your checking account, it's not your regular savings account, it's an high yield savings account. What is your emergency fund? And what's your emergency fund? Emergency fund is basically four things. Your basic need of life. Four things is what your emergency fund is. Meaning that, why is it important? And we're going to talk about that. Four things. Your emergency fund is basically your basic living expenses. Let's drop BLE. BLE. Basic living expenses. BLE. Let's drop it in the comment. BLE. Basic living expenses. What is your basic living expenses? Let's drop it in the comment. BLE. Let's type it in the comment. And if you're new here, click on that follow button if you have not done so. Thank you so much. BLE. Thank you so much. Yeah. BLE. Basic living expenses. Those are four things. Your housing, meaning rent, mortgage, or if it's paid off, property tax, right? Your utilities, meaning if you're in Texas, if you're in the hot area like me, like Texas, where it goes all the way to over 100 Fahrenheit, it tells you something that you need to have your HVAC on, your heating and your air conditioner system on 24/7. Otherwise, you're fried, cooked. You can easily fry egg outside. Just leave it outside and you get a very, very frozen, a very, very good, what's it called? Omelette, right? You would have that, okay? Exactly. So you need to have your utilities on. Number three, did I mention groceries? Babies have to eat. You have to eat as well. That's it. Then number four is transportation, bus pass, train pass, your car notes, your gas, all of that. Those are the four things. Let's assume all those things. So again, your transportation, your utilities, your groceries, and of course, roof over your head. Those four things are your basic living expenses. Why is this important? In a case where there's a job loss, income loss, is in a case where there's a major repair, car repair or house repair, in a case where there is an health, whatever, emergency, right? Emergency. Property tax. Yeah. Property tax in a situation, let's say the house is paid off, right? But it's just part of your housing, right? So in a case when all of this happen, I'm sure you're not thinking of that party clothes. Neither are you thinking of a shoe, or shopping is the last thing that is on your mind. So those are the four things. Let's say that is $2,000. Multiply that by 3 to 6 months. So depending on your job situation or your family situation, you can either do 3 months or 6 months. If you are self-employed, you want to do between 6 to 12 months because your money is not the same thing as somebody that is on an active, 3 to 6 months for people in regular job. But of course, people that are not, if you are self-employed, you want to have 6 to 12 months, right? So 2,000 times 3 months, that's 6,000. And where do you put it? An high-yield savings account. Why is this important? Why is it not in your investment account? A for latest millionaire in town, welcome in. If you are new here and you have been sitting 2 minutes, click for the follow button. You're doing us a disservice just sitting there, not clicking the follow button, not tapping out the live, not sharing out the live. Yeah, you're just here, right? But you've been seated more than 2 minutes. Yeah, you're doing us a disservice because, of course, that's the only language the algorithm understands. When you tap out the like, share out the like, click on that follow button, give the registry, get your daily admin. That's what it understands. So please click on the follow button. Don't just sit here not doing anything. Health, wellness, good cooking. I love it. Latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Thank you so much for getting your daily admin. So your income, we are on a journey to financial freedom. Income to financial freedom. That is the gap between it. All right. So we are fixing all of that. If you fix all these things in between, you are already on your way to becoming financially free, living life at your own term. And if your own financial number is this, $1 million status, you are on your way right there. But it starts with what? Your income. So emergency fund, why is it those three things? Why do you put it in an high yield savings account? The money has to be two things. It has to fulfill two things. It has to be liquid. What does this mean? It means you should be able to access it at any time. Because when emergency happens, it doesn't knock. It doesn't say, oh, I'm going to come tomorrow. I'm going to show up tomorrow. Employer will not tell you, oh, you know what, I'm going to lay you off next week. Hey, Michelle, how are you? He's not going to tell you, oh, thank you so much. Get to your daily admin. Welcome in. Right? Kate, you're welcome in. He's not going to tell you, oh, you know what, I'm going to lay you off next week. No, they just tap you or they invite you to the HR. One of the worst, whatever that can happen, right? If there's health, it doesn't announce itself. It just happens, right? Or there's a major, whatever. Putting emergency fund in an high yield savings account, HYSA, for 3 months. How do you pay going forward if there's no? That's why you need to fix yourself within that 3 months. Within that 3 months or 6 months, if you have to drive Uber to take care of your family, so be it. Just your resume. It's just to give you a buffer. Let's assume that, okay, there's no, thank you so much for the, thank you so much for the Go Populars. Go Populars help this life. Curious Cat, latest millionaire in town. You know that I'll tell you as it is. Otherwise, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's the reality because it's the truth. If you have to drive Uber, whatever you need to do, right? Get your resume out. It's just to give you a cushion that, oh, the shock, because there's a psychological impact on you, mental health, to even manage it that, okay, am I the weakest link? Is there something wrong with me? Why did I get laid off? Why did this happen to me? You are still questioning yourself. And then guess what? The rent is due next month, right? So landlord still needs to be paid. So it's just to help you get yourself together within that 3 to 6 months, right? While you look for the next thing. Is high yield savings account better than CD? A high yield savings account, for me, they return almost the same thing. Or even these days, some high yield savings accounts are way better. They are returning, like SoFi gives you about 4%. What is your CD giving you? Life is good. What is it giving you? I've seen 3.6%. Thank you so much for sharing out the live, Michelle. Really, really appreciate that. And everyone tapping out the live. If you are sitting there 2 minutes, click on the follow button, right? If you'll be sitting there for 2 minutes, click on the follow button. All right? What is it? What is it returning? What is CD? Most of the time, what I've heard, what I've seen, they said 3.6%. SoFi is going to give you 4%. And on top of that, still give you $400. Right? If you have your account link, if you have a part of your auto pay, if you have auto pay, direct deposit to the account from your employer, you get free $400. I just hooked you guys up for $400. Oh no, free $400. I'm not associated with any one of them in any way. Capital One will give you $300. If you like mortar and brick, you want to go into a bank, do Capital One, and I think you get $300 as well, $250. High yield savings account, but it's about 3%. SoFi, SOFI, SoFi. Remember, it's an online bank. Most of the things that you need to make sure it is FDIC insured. This is for the one in the US. I do this. I love SoFi right now. Oh my goodness, that's it. That's it. You see. For now, yes. If you've opened accounts and you're loving it as a result of this, like, drop it in the comments. Or maybe you've opened your investment account, quite a number of people, and you've gotten maybe free $400. I need to even, I made $40, because every single month you get it's just your regular savings account. You got $400. Well done. And Michelle, now that you have gotten the $400, that $400 will put it into where? Investment accounts. I am bad like that because it's not free money for you. We're going to go and put it in an investment account. All right? You're transferring to the investment account. Natalina is bad like that. Don't be so excited for the free money because you're going to use it to buy stocks. You're going to buy ETF with it, right? That's what you're going to use. Yes. So the beautiful thing about IU savings account is because it's just your regular savings account. Bank of America Chase, just think about it. The only difference is that it just gives you a better interest rate. Your Chase will give you what? Your Chase will give you 0.01%, right? But this one will give you 4%, 3%, even some 5%. And of course, they would say, okay, welcome to the team. They will give you free money. Oh, doctor, what if you transfer the money into the SoFi account? Would you still have? No, you would. You need to look at the terms and condition. I don't think so, right? One of the things one of the things is I think they want you to do your direct deposit. It can even be $1 from your employer. So far is direct, like the automation is what they want, okay? Right? But go there and check the terms and condition, all right? Go and check what they require. I love SoFi. I opened with SoFi with July. I was surprised with the interest never seen in others. Yay, right? How about money market? How about money market? What about money market? Investing in the stock market, right? You want to put, I just mentioned the reason why you can't put money in the stock market, you cannot, in a case of an emergency, you want the money to be like, because emergency doesn't play. It comes like, you want the money, it's like a backup. Immediately, you trigger. It goes automatic switch. That's why you need it right there, close to you. That's why also, I will not advise that you put your emergency fund in a CD. Especially when they say, oh, it's 5 months, 6 months CD, or something. You can only take this money at a particular period. Otherwise, you get penalized. If there's a car breakdown, you need $4,000 to fix it, and there's no other car in the family, and the kids need to go to school the next day, you want to be waiting on the CD. You will need to break it, but when you break it, you're going to lose money. So it has to be, emphasis here is liquid. That's number one. Number two is that it has to generate something. Why do I want to do that when I can easily get an account? Rule of thumb, IU savings account, put your emergency fund in there, right? Does a regular bank provide this incentive 400? It's a regular bank. SoFi is a regular bank. Capital One is a regular bank. The only thing is that SoFi is an online bank. Capital One is a traditional mortar and brick, like a bank, right? But they provide something, and interest is like 3%. Remember, those ones will pay more. They have running cost, so they have the building. So SoFi and some other ones decide they can throw out some more money. However, one of the things is, for any way you want to invest, either mortar or brick, either online bank, make sure it is FDIC insured. What does this mean? Your money is protected up to $250,000. Meaning, if the bank folds up, you can hold government accountable. They have insurance that is going to protect your money up to $250,000. And by the way, if you have more than $250,000 in any bank, trust me, if that bank folds up, you're not getting anything after that $250,000. So your goal is FDIC insured, and also look at their review. That's what really matters. You can already see so far, I'm not affiliated in any way. I should even go and reach out to them. Let me start connecting with them, right? Let them, maybe I need to collaboration with them, because a lot of people have opened SoFi through me and I don't have anything to do with them. Capital One is also another good one, but simply Google best, and if you're not in the US, all you have to do is best high yield savings account in August 2026 and put your country behind it. You will see the entire list. In Canada, you would see, in the UK, in some other African countries, this interest is even like 15%, 17%, because it mimics the inflation in that country. For emergency fund, can you do this investment more than 6 months? This is not an investment. This is a bank account. This is on the banking side. It's a bank. It's just a regular bank account. The only difference is the interest is higher. That's all that is different. That's the only thing. All right? Does that answer your question? Basil, latest millionaire in town. Please spell SoFi. S-O-F-I. S-O-F-I. Can somebody please help me type it in? SOFI. Can I do it from Ghana? No, you need to Google what it is. Thank you so much for the gift. You have to Google the one in your country. In your country, you might be getting 15%. In your country, it might be 15%. Yeah, thank you so much. SoFi. There's also Capital One. Or as a matter of fact, since everybody's asking this question, let's go here. Let's go here, please. Let's so that we can put it to rest once and for all, so we can go to the next thing. So let's say, what is the, let's say, best, let's see, I'll let's say trust but verify, right? All you have to do is best, just Google best, Google, right now I'm on Google, right? Best high yield and somebody asked best high yield savings account in August. So put the month in August 2026. And it might be let's say in Ghana. So let's see if we have that. It might be high interest savings account. What about that's why you just make sure that it is. I don't have any preference on anyone, okay? Just Google best whatever I'm doing right now. I'm not in Ghana, right? I'm not a Ghanaian. No, not in Ghana, but somebody just asked how about Ghana, right? You would see in Ghana. Okay, I don't think they have, but there's something. The Standard Chartered account, Standard Chartered, there is maybe because I'm not in, just go on Google and check. All right? But if I check the one, let me check the one that is close to me right here. So you just need to, let's say, let me put in, let's say in the US. In the US. So look at it. SoFi is right there. Can you say 3.6%, 3.8%? But then if you look on here, it says you get bonuses $400 per 0.70. You can see that APY, right? And up to 400 plus 0.7. So it's even more than 4% on your savings APY. But check the terms apply. All right, check the terms, right? And you can see the rating is 4.8%, 4.8. Read the reviews. And is the FDIC insured? That's the only things, those are the things you want to check. What is it FDIC insured? Or is this CDIC if you're in Canada? Is the FCIC, like the governing body that regulates the bank? Is it insured? Meaning, is your money protected? Those are the things you want to know, right? There's Barclays there, 3.5. There's E-Trade that is 4%, right? There's E-Trade that is 4% and also gives you $400 bonus as well. There's Wealthfront, 4.3%, maximum 1% API bonus. So there's so many. This is Capital One, 3%, but it doesn't give any bonus. CIT, Vanguard, right? 4.1 CIT. So there's so many. So never always, that's why I always say, let Google and ChatGPT be your friend. The DeFi latest millionaire in town. If you are new here, welcome in. Click on that follow button. Let's welcome you in. So far, I stay 3.8 for 6 months. And what do you mean by 6 months? Please read the terms and conditions. Read the terms and conditions. Google Tangerine, I don't know. Just check it. So how do I access a bank that is just online? How can I you see reviews there. There's the one. That's why I said I'm not affiliated with anyone. There's so many of them. You just need to, Capital One is there if you want to remember what I said. Capital One is there. You want to enter the bank. If that fits you, then you go with that. All right? If that fits you, that's what you do. There are different options. That's why I teach you to fish. I don't give you fish. All right? Any other question? RM Tenga, latest millionaire in town. Any other question? Any other question before we move on? Your emergency fund, why? Richard, let us move on. Let's move on. Right? You already know the terms. Best IU savings account or best interest savings account. Put your country behind it, and of course, put the month as well. That's it. If you have been sitting here 2 minutes, click on the follow button. You do us a disservice, right? By just sitting, not tapping out the live, not sharing out the live, not clicking the follow button. The algorithm will just assume that, oh, you know what, this is not valuable. You know, it doesn't understand it, but you are busy taking notes. You have already even opened the account and we are speaking. you have even opened the account as we speak. The account is already funded and all of that. But you have not clicked on the follow button. Come on, what are we doing? It doesn't take anything for you. Click on the follow button, tap out the live, share out the live, invite your friends, let them come and get the free $400. And please, once you get your free $400 or $300 or whatever, come back and tell me that Dr. Lina, thank you for hooking me up. Right? Don't just keep the information to yourself, all right? So that I can tell, what's her name? SoFi, Capital One, all of them are, okay, you know what? I've been sending a lot of people to you. Now it's time for you to actually, let's do a collaborate with me, or what do they, let me promote you further, right? Because I've just been, this is free promotion for SoFi, really, right? Free promotion for them, all right? Wealth order, right? Emergency fund, 3 to 6 months living expenses, basic living expenses. That's what you put in there. You want the money to grow. Why do we need it to in an IE savings account? Because you want a higher, the money has to work. It has to have interest, right? You cannot put it in an investment. Because if you put it in an investment, think about if the stock market goes down, and that's when emergency decides to show up. What's going to happen? You're going to sell at a loss. Remember, when we are talking about investing is different from trading. Investing, you are talking about medium to long-term number of years. Meaning you are talking about 3 years, 4 years, 10 years. This is where you need to focus on, because that's where the multi-millionaire put their money. I really learned, and I'm still learning. Thank you. Oh, you're most welcome, famous GH. You're so welcome. That's why we are here, right? And not just learning, also make sure that you are executing. Don't just learn. Make sure you are executing, okay? All right, remember to get your daily admin. If you have not gotten it, you've been sitting there for more than 2 minutes, click on the follow button. All right? So emergency fund, right? 3 to 6 months. That's what you put in there of your basic living expenses. All right? So that you can access it at any time. Musu, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Welcome into the $1 Million League. Right? Emergency fund, 3 to 6 months. Now, the next account, and remember, we're talking about 4 account system. So your income account is going to fund this. The minute you get to 3 to 6 months living expenses, you pause it there. You don't put more. You stop the automation. You don't put any money. Let's say 6,000 is 10,000. Once you get there, that's it. That's it. After that, what you just want to do, the next thing would be, we talked about the next account that you need to open is going to be your bills account. Your bills account. Now you're going to have, remember we had the triangle earlier, the bills and the lifestyle. This is the one that you need to manage. Why is this very important? I mean, a lot of people will ask the question, Dr. Lina, but why can't I just use this income account to also use as bills account? Because if I ask you, how much is your bill a month? Do you know? Is it 5,000? Is it 2,000? Is it 1,000? A lot of us do not know. This is going to help you know, because now you'll be forced to calculate how much your bills are. Then you put it in this account. What this helps you, why I don't encourage that you should keep it here, is because, hey Sarah, how are you? Welcome in. Yeah, for those on the YouTube, make sure you click on the subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are not subscribed. And by the way, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, there's something you are missing, because that's the only platform I have a different kind of content, right? A way of me teaching, another way of reinforcing teaching. I have long form videos, like recorded, pre-recorded 5 minutes, 10 minutes video, and we release it every Sunday. And it's the same name, the same picture, um, and it's called the same name, and that's the name, Money Talk with Dr. Lina. That is the same name. Just go there and search. Go there and search. If you need 1 minute to go and do that, I say it every time. I'm on IG as well, right? But it's also the same name, the same picture. So please, I recommend it. It comes highly recommended, right? For those that are already there, please drop it in the comment. You see the things that, yeah. I will not say more than that. You'd want to go check it out and subscribe. And also on IG is Money Talk with Dr. Lina as well. So the bills account is absolutely key, right? But keep it low. Now, another thing that I always tell people, especially if you are responsible with your money, is something called the credit card. Attach it to the bills. Why do I talk about credit card? Even Dave Ramsey says, don't use credit. I disagree with him on that one. This time, why? The reason why I talk about the credit card is three things. What are the three things? Number one is starting from the list. The list is you get some rewards, right? Rewards. That's it. But reward is the smallest thing, right? It's nothing. Number two is protection from fraud. If there's fraud on your account, has anybody experienced fraud on their regular account? If there's fraud on your account or your debit card, it takes some time before they fix it. And if you are on a zero budget, it could throw you off. So, but if it's on their credit card, it is their money. So if there's a fraud, they're going to fix it. They ship you another one. 2 days ago, they were shopping on my Capital One, and I was, it's okay. And now they shipped another one. It's none of my business. Deal with it. They have insurance, but not on your account. Doesn't have that insurance. But the only clause to it is that you use it like a debit card. What do I mean? If the money is not in the account, you are not swiping the card. Money is not in the account, you are not swiping the credit card. So it means that you're just using it to pay bills. That's it. Lastly, the other reason why I talk about your credit card is because we need it to build you credit, right? Your credibility with lenders is a function of your credit, your loan, and all of your credit card and all of those things. Your lifestyle with your credit card, your lifestyle with repayment of loans, your lifestyle with that's what builds your credit. Your history, right? So if you have your credit is, you want to build your credit, one of the things is that use your credit card, let your utilization to be less than 10%. Every single time that you use it, let it be less than 10%, and you will see it grow. All right, you see your numbers start going up. The second thing is that you also need to you also pay it off within the billing cycle. You don't pay interest, right? If it's within the billing cycle, you would pay it within the billing cycle. That's why you use it as a debit card, because the money is inside the account. So why are you not paying? So that's the other account that you need to have. You see all these three accounts, or especially these two, those are part of the depreciating lifestyle. It's bills, it's lifestyle. The fourth account is the only one that builds you wealth, which is called the wealth account. And these are literal accounts that you should open. This wealth account is divided into three. One is your 401k or your pensions account in your country. Number two is your Roth IRA if you qualify for it. It's a tax advantage account. Number three is your brokerage account. And number four is your health savings account. Those are the four accounts. Because the first ones are on the banking side. These other ones are on the investment side. So you're not going to open it with the bank. You're opening it with investment companies, brokerage firms. That's what you're opening it with. This is the one that's going to give you, you see this one is the singular one that's going to give you financial freedom. This is not. This is what? Oh, okay. Repeat it again. your 401k or your pensions account, because it's your 401k is unique to the United States. 401k, all right? And what do you do with that? 401k, you only put the match. With your employer is matching 3%, you only put 3% of your income. Don't put any dollar after that, right? Because you're going to pay taxes at retirement on it. So the only benefit that you gain from there is the return, the money that your employer puts in for you. So if you don't, and if you do not take it, guess what? You're also putting money on the table, leaving money on the table. So your 401k or your pensions account. The second one is Roth IRA. This one is a tax advantage account in the United States. In Canada, I think that's TFSA. In the UK, it's about ISA. But think about it. Whatever tax advantage account for your retirement in your country, check the equivalent. Let ChatGPT and Google be your friend. Roth IRA, you can put up to 7,500 there. But then, guess what? You pay tax before putting it in. But when it grows, let's say you put 100, it becomes 1 million. When it grows, you don't pay tax when you take it out. That is the beautiful advantage account related to that account. That's the second account. So you want to have that account as well. The third account that you want to have is something called your HSA, your health savings account, right? This is a triple tax advantage account. It goes in tax-free, it grows tax-free, and when you take it out, you don't pay any tax. But the only thing about it is that you have to use it only for health. The first two as well is for your retirement. You cannot take it out until 59, after 59 and a half. They are for your future and for your health, and it is highly regulated. But this last one is your brokerage account. You can take it out at any time. You can do whatever when you want to buy in there. You can buy ETF, you can buy real estate, you can do whatever you want to do in there. That's the brokerage account, but you pay capital gain taxes on it. So every account has their own advantages, their own benefits, and you want to utilize it like that. That is why each and every one of them is important. All right? And those are the wealth accounts that you need to have. Simply, thank you so much for sharing out the life. And everyone tapping out that life. Foster Frost, Kabla, thank you all. Yeah, if you're sitting here 2 minutes, click on that follow button. If you are new here, we're talking about the journey, your income to becoming financially free, right? The exact step. Right now, we are fixing the foundation. It starts with your income. And of course, when you have that income, you put some of it towards depreciating lifestyle liability. You put some of it towards asset. These assets are going to start doing what? Cash flowing. And of course, you need to also have some, as part of, it's going to give you, you're going to have this wealth tool. Now, another thing that you need to do is to fix your, as part of fixing your foundation is the 4-account system that you should have. Can you have 2 brokerage accounts? Absolutely, you can. But why do you want to, it depends on your goal though, right? So far you can manage it, you can open multiple brokerage accounts. It doesn't really stop you from anything, all right? Yeah, let's remember to, if you have been sitting there for more than 2 minutes, click on the follow button. You do us a disservice just sitting here, not tapping out the light, no, clicking the follow button, not subscribing on YouTube. For those, I'm streaming on YouTube as well, okay, guys? Yeah, so make sure you click on the follow button. Let's welcome you in. Don't just sit there. The only language the algorithm understands is when you do all those things. And I'd appreciate it if you can also gift the gallery, right? If you can also gift, that would also help us get your daily at me, tap out the live, share out the live, and tap out, really, really appreciate everyone doing that, right? But most importantly, don't just sit here and just, algorithm doesn't understand. It just feels, oh, you know what? This person doesn't find this place valuable, right? Meanwhile, you have a full notes filled up. I am the word. Thank you so much. You already have your notes is filled, but it doesn't take anything from you, right? Okay, you're doing us so much disservice just sitting there, not doing anything, not tapping out the live or clicking the follow button. Really appreciate everyone doing that. Awesome. And by the way, let me quickly introduce myself while we're tapping out the live. I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. My day job is vice president of technology. And of course, also I'm a professor teaching AI, cybersecurity, deep learning, and information management system. I have my master's and my doctorate in strategic business and information management system. Also, I'm an economist, a chartered accountant, and I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. And I'm the convener of this community called the Million Dollar League. People aspiring to become millionaires and those that are already millionaires and trying to become multi-millionaires. This is not about get rich quick scheme. This is about generational wealth. This is about oh, thank you so much. This is about generational wealth building. This is about moderate risk investing. Google who Warren Buffett is, and you would understand how we invest, right? And maybe you can, another thing that can also give you a clue, Robert Kiyosaki, right? Right? That's another thing that will give you a clue. We don't do risky plays. We are not traders. We're not gamblers. We're not speculators. We're not any of those things. Okay? We are solid investors, right? But guess what? It starts from your income. And right now, that's part of fixing your foundation. Because if the foundation is, I mean, if the foundation is bad, what can the righteous do, right? Right? Exactly. So we need to fix the foundation first. NS latest millionaire intern, welcome in. So if you are new here, so good to have you as part of the Million Dollar League. These are strategies that we use to ensure that we get to that $1 million status or gain financial freedom, end the paycheck to paycheck, and change what the society has told us. Go to school, get a job, enjoy life, and life is going to be good, and we're still living paycheck to paycheck, or work from age 20 to 65. Goal is for us to become work optional even as early as in 10 years. That's the goal that we try to achieve here, right? But whatever it is, get your pen and paper, be locked in, click on the follow button, get your daily admin, tap out the live, share out the live, engage as much as possible, whenever I ask question, and welcome each and every one of us. Awesome. So now we've talked about the 4-account system. Any questions on that before I talk about the wealth order? Let's talk about the wealth order. Any questions? And please take note. There's so many people, so many accounts that is trying to represent as Dr. Lina. That's not Dr. Lina. Please take note. As a matter of fact, I stopped following anyone because I wanted to make sure, Adele, latest millionaire in town. I want to let you know that it's not Dr. Lina, okay? So that if somebody follows you and has my picture and you see money, Dr. Dr. right? Let me this is my own name, so you don't fall prey for it. This is my name, and this is my @ as well. I don't have any backups account. I have nothing. This is my name. If somebody is following you, that's not Dr. Lina. If somebody is chatting you up, we don't talk about cryptocurrency. We don't talk about IUL. We don't talk about risky plays. I don't trade on your behalf. We don't have a WhatsApp group. We don't have what's the other one? Telegram group. So if somebody is chatting you up, please be protected. So as a matter of fact, click on the follow button right now. So you have the right Dr. Lina. You know what exactly to do. Report and block. Report them and block, and don't fall prey. I would hate to see you that you're working too hard for your money, trading your life for money, and one miscreant will try to scam you of your money. So please beware. So as a matter of fact, click on the follow button right now so this is the real Dr. Lina. I try to show up at 8 p.m. I try to show up at 8 p.m. right now, but turn on notification bell. I stream on both the YouTube and TikTok at the same time, so you can turn on notification there as well on both, so when I'm live, because there are times when I'm very busy and I pop up at different times. Okay, but awesome. So let's talk about the wealth order. If you don't have any question on the 4-account system, let's now talk about the wealth order. If you understand this wealth order, Laura, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. Right. So wealth order, if you understand this order, and is also going to kind of mimic you, so there's going to be a repetition. There's also going to be a repetition on this one, right? There's going to be a repetition a little bit. So the first thing first, right, in terms of the wealth order, because let's say now you have fixed your income. The next thing you want to do once you fix your income, that's number one. Number two is, and I get this question every single time. Number two is you have your emergency fund, which is what we just talked about. So let's assume that you just started working. This is the exact order you need to build your wealth. The exact order. A lot of time people jump straight to number four, and you're wondering what number four is. I'm going to show you, right? People jump straight into number four without doing all this, and that's why some people get financially stressed. Okay, emergency fund, because this is going to give you the peace that you need. Number three, Jonah, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. Number three is the other thing, and it's in this order, guys. It's not like, oh, can I pick one and jump to you're going to follow it. That's why it's a wealth order. Wealth order. Income first, emergency fund is next. Number three is something called debt payoff. What sort of debt are we talking about? Any debt that is greater than 10%. Any debt greater than 10%, right? You have to pay that off. Okay? Why is this very important? And a lot of times people make, and let's keep tapping out the live. The chat is very quiet. Right? If you're new here, click on the follow button. You'll be sitting here and you're just here, click on the follow button. Thank you so much for doing that. Tap out the live, share out the live. I know that we are all locked in, but the algorithm will just think, what's going on, right? You guys, and yeah, that's the only language the algorithm understand. Thank you so much. Don't just sit here without doing anything. Make sure for all the new people that just came in, welcome in. We're talking about the wealth order. Greater than 10% of available credit. No, 10%. Any debt that is greater than 10%. Loan, credit card, right? Any debt that is, meaning that, let's say that the interest rate on your credit card is above 10%. The interest rate on the loan, I will watch you again on YouTube. Yeah, awesome. That's Money Talk with Dr. Lina on YouTube. Just go there and subscribe. How do we pay it off? I'm going to be talking about that shortly. Any debt that is above, the interest rate is above 10%. So guess what? And interestingly, all the debt that is above 10%, they are on the depreciating lifestyle. Ouch. Yeah. The ones that are on asset, they are lower than 10%. So think about it. That interest on your mortgage is less than 10%. The interest on your car, your student loan. I hope students, you know that you going to school is an asset itself, right? Going pay, that's an asset. That's less than 10%. What else again? Most of the things that are assets that all those things that are less than 10% in interest. Now let's go to credit card. What interest are you? What's the APR or APY? So if it's $100, you should pay it off at, no, that's not what I'm saying. We're not even talking about we're talking about the interest rate. What APR? Is it APR or APY? What is the interest that they are charging on your credit card? If you take a loan from the bank, how much is the interest? Mortgage is about 6.5% right now. Or your car note, how much is that interest? What is the interest, right? The interest rate, the APR, the APY, or whatever it's called, the mortgage, that's what we're talking about right now. Any interest that is above, any debt that you have with interest that is greater than 10%. Does that make sense now? Any debt that you have that the interest is greater than 10%. Does that make sense to him? Does that make sense? Do you understand now? Salem, does that make sense? Exactly. Okay. Any debt that you have that the interest you are paying on it is greater than 10%. That's exactly what we're talking about. So this, like credit card, most of the time, how much is your interest on your, I hope you know that there's a credit card, there's an interest on your credit card. If you don't pay it within the billing cycle, Both the latest millionaire in town, welcome in. If you are new here and you'll be sitting for 2 minutes, click on that follow button. Yeah, click on the follow button. You'll be sitting there for more than 2 minutes. Click on the follow button. And please, let's tap it out to 40,000 taps. Let's also share out the live. Let's repost. Yeah, if you'll be sitting here for 2 minutes, more than 2 minutes, click on the follow button. Let's get our daily at me as well. If you haven't gotten your daily admin, get your daily admin. If you can give the gallery, that would be much appreciated as well. Go Populars help this life as well. Yeah, awesome. Don't just sit here and not do anything, all right? It costs you nothing. It just takes it's almost like you are pulling us behind in the sight of the algorithm, okay? Awesome. So any debt that is above 10%, so I know all of those credit cards, it's about 20%. Kofi B, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. About all those credit cards, 20%, 22%. Drop your interest on your credit card. The interest, the APR or APY, drop it in the comments, right? Any debt that is or loan, all those payday loan, how much is the interest? Anything above 10%, and why? The next question is why. Dr. Lina, why should I pay this off? The reason why you should pay it off. Let me ask you a question. I just said 0%. Huh? Are you within the 12 months? Are you within the 12 months or 24 months promotion? Is it 12 months promotion? Or the 12 months or 24 months promotion? 18 months. I know it's promotion. We're talking about after the promotion. You're going to switch to another credit card, right? I like that strategy. You switch to another credit card, I'll give you another promotion, right? That's good, right? But don't accumulate the debt. Always remember, after that 18 months, please be careful. You see all the interest that you have not paid. If you miss the 18 months by a day, they will bill you. They will bill you. So make sure you calculate the date, the exact 18 months. Start paying it up by month 17. Otherwise, if you make a mistake and you miss it, they are waiting for you. All right? So that's a trick for you right there, because all those interests you paid a day after 18 months if you don't pay off your entire debt. All right. So, Damsel, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. So, why? If I ask you, my interest, let's say with Chase, let's say your interest is about 20% that you pay on your credit card, on your Chase Sapphire card, or your Chase Unlimited business card, or whatever. I want to ask you a question. If I tell you today that, okay, you know what? If Chase comes to tell you that, come and put $10,000 here, and you have the 10,000, and I'm going to give you a 20% return on your money, would you do it? Would you put your money? Let's say they had a savings account and they said every single year we're going to give you 20% return, 20% interest. Would you put your money in that account? Put yes or no in the comment. Chase or bank or your regular bank just says, okay, you know what? If you put your money, okay? Who else? Who is not going to put money? If they say they just open a savings account today and they said, okay, this savings account, if you put money right there, and we're going to return 20%. I mean, your credit, yeah, you don't need to close it. You just need to pay it off, okay? First step. You just need to pay it off. It doesn't impact you in any way. Buy. What's the catch? What's the catch? We are waiting. We are looking on the catch. There's no catch. There's no catch. They're just saying, is there a catch with SoFi giving you 4% and still giving you free $400? Is that a catch? The catch is just that, okay, you just open an account and you do a direct deposit and you get free $400. Everything is not about catching police. It's not police and thief, okay? There's no catch, 20%. But okay, yeah. Okay, first I already answered your question. So that's the same thing. Whenever you have a credit card and you're paying 20% interest on it, think about it that credit card that you have, let's assume that it's cash. You are returning 20% back into your pocket. Because is it that you are paying that 20% to somebody because it's a credit card, or you have the cash and you're saving yourself 20%. Is it that you are paying it out to somebody, or you don't have that debt, you pay it off, and now you have that 20% return for yourself? How do you think that the banks are declaring billions of dollars every single year? Millions of it's because of all of this kind of products that they have. So you're looking for the next investment. A lot of time people make this mistake. They jump straight to number 4, investing. But they have high interest debt. This one is not guaranteed because stock market might go down. Sorry, can you repeat the network was bad? Okay. So think about it. Your credit card, let's assume that you have a 5,000 balance. You don't pay it off and all of that. Every single month, every single year, they're charging you 20% in terms of interest, right? Think about it. If you pay that 5,000 off today, remember, debt payoff, anything greater than 10%. If you don't pay it off, you will pay 20%. The minute you pay it off, where is that 20%? It's back to you in your pocket because you're paying it to somebody before. Now that you have paid it off, this debt off, that's 20% in your pocket. All right? Does that make sense? Do you understand? First, do you understand? All right? Or what was the question then? I just wanted to make sure. How to build your credit. Yeah, if your question is how to build or is on how to build your credit. Yes, so just build your credit. I mean, just leave there. Just pay it off and just leave that card there. Or just let the utilization to be less than 10%. It doesn't have, in fact, impact anything. Right? It doesn't impact anything. The only thing is that the average number of years will be lower because when you open a new card, it's not going to be your number of years, your length of years, which is part of what they use, also increases. I mean, it reduces because it will not, let's say you had your first card was 9 years ago. If you now get another card this year, it's going to be new. So your average might return to 7 years or something because you now have a new card when they are calculating the number of years, your length, your history. Okay? If that's your question. A lot of time people make this mistake. They jump all the way to investing. And that's where the problem lies. Right? Because you are paying, this is somebody's investment. This is the bank's investment. All this debt, credit card, loan, that's bank's investment. But guess what? You are funding that, then you are going to invest here. So first of all, pay off this one and then start investing. All right? Pay off this one and start investing. Any question on the debt payoff? Any question on the debt payoff? I know that people always get any question on debt payoff. And maybe we'll just wrap up the live here, right? We'll wrap up with that. Any question? Let's keep tapping out. Can we get it to 40,000 taps? If you're new here, click on the follow button. If you have been sitting here for more than 2 minutes, click on the follow button. Remember to also subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's get it to 40,000 taps. Thank you, Twin. Share out the live, tap out the live. And of course, get your daily at me. If you haven't got your data, let's all get our daily at me. If you can fill up the gift gallery, that would be much appreciated as well. And if you have not clicked on the follow button, you are not doing anything with the follow, right? Click on it. You have more things to benefit than to lose. That's one thing I can tell you. You have more things to benefit than to lose. Okay? So welcome in. Awesome. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Let's share out the live as well. Awesome. So investing. If you don't have any question about the debt payoff, right, then it's after this that you go into investing. You've already paid off any debt that's above 10%. So I'm not talking about mortgage. I'm not talking about student loan. I'm not talking about, investing is the next thing. My question was, if you leave, type it in full. I can only see a part, right? Investing, then you start investing. That's number 4. What do you invest in? You invest in something called ETF. You invest in something called real estate. And you invest in something called businesses. Those 3 things. Those 3 things is what to invest in. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's get it to 40,000 taps. And we'll wrap it. We'll soon be wrapping up with the live. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, it's Money Talk with Dr. Lina. Make sure you do that. Latest video is going to be released on Sunday. On Sunday, this is the name. Just go on YouTube and of course, subscribe and turn on notification bell, as I'm also streaming on there. I'm streaming on YouTube, and those that are on YouTube, welcome in, welcome in. So, make sure you click on that subscribe button if you have not done so, and turn on notification bell. So good to have each and every one of us. We are talking about income to financial freedom, the steps to gaining financial freedom. So investing is the next thing. What do you invest in? ETF, real estate, businesses. Dr. Lina, why are you not talking about cryptocurrency? Why are you not talking about IUL? Why is it just these three? Why did you choose these three? Because this is the $1 Million League. And so we follow the blueprint of the multi-millionaires. And that's what we follow. So what is the blueprint of the multi-millionaires? Right here. Hidden in plain sight. Where does the multi-millionaires, where do they put their money? Where does the multi-millionaires, where do they put their money? And please, let's tap out the live. We're rounding up, so I want us, can we get it to 30,000? 40,000 taps. Like, can we all get it to 40,000? You're doing us a disservice just sitting here, not tapping out the live, not sharing out the live. You learned all these things. Your book is filled up and all of that, but you've not clicked on the follow button. You've not tapped out the live. We'll soon be wrapping up the live, so click on the follow button. Please note that I don't have Telegram group. I don't have WhatsApp group. I'm not, if somebody follows you, that's not me, okay? Yeah, that's not me, okay? It's somebody else. So click on the follow button right now so you know you have the right Dr. Lina, all right? And please we don't talk about cryptocurrency. As a matter of fact, you're going to see what we talk about right here, because we don't do risky plays. So where does the multimillionaire, where do they put their money? That is the blueprint that we follow. That is the blueprint that we follow. And you can see, where do they, if you leave the credit card after the 12 months, 0% for another credit, does it affect? I've already responded. So it doesn't typically, we would not, because the balance is still going to be there. The balance is going to be 0. Just make sure you pay it off. So far you pay it off, it doesn't have any effect. The only thing is that if you go and decide to open another credit card, right, that is going to, your number of years, your length, your history, which is not length of years, which is part of the criteria they use as well, right, would be shorter, right? Because now you have something that is new and you have the old one. You can do balance transfer, right? Why do you want to do a balance transfer? Because you've already paid off, right? Whenever you guys use those credit card, 18 months, because you can be spending it. One reason that I don't like it so much is like you'll be swiping because you think, oh, there's no interest, there's no impact, but you are still accumulating a bill. So you that use that card, you will still be the one to pay it off. Nobody is coming. The only thing it just says that you're not going to pay interest for this period. So you need to have clear plan to make sure that you pay it off. And God help you, don't pay it off by the 18th. By the 18th month, the last day of that 18th month, the interest that they're going to slam you with. I'm telling you, we file bankruptcy. Because you're going to pay interest for almost the entire period. And that's part of you see all those tiny prints that is there. That is what is in that tiny print that you did not read. So make sure you pay it off, right? Make sure you only use the card for things that are related. What if you need a few more months? Why do you need a few more months? Why did you use the card in the first place? Right? You have 18 months. That's how people accumulate debt. You have 18 months. You need a few more months. You got 18 months is not enough. Then you still want to accumulate more. I mean, you want to think, yeah. Come on, see, it's more of, the issue there is lack of financial discipline. You want lack of, because then we are addressing something else with addressing lack of financial discipline, because you had a whole 18 months, right? If you have to drive Uber to pay it off within that 18 months. All right? But let's assume that for whatsoever reason, yes, you can do a balance transfer. The reason why I don't really support debt consolidation and all of those things is that, remember, there's going to be a transfer fee. This is you paying for another thing. And if it's the same lifestyle that got you into that, you're doing that transfer, what's going to happen is that you're going to pay the fee, and it's just going to be you are moving from Peter to Paul. That's all you are doing, but at a fee, 3.999 or something percent of how much you owe. So those transfer is not also free. So okay, so does that answer your question? Let's focus on discipline first, right? Hey, Mr. Johnson. Oh, yeah, welcome in. Make sure you click on that subscribe button. So good to have you. Awesome. Yeah, multimillionaires. So where does the multimillionaire, where did they put their money? Where does the multimillionaire, where do they put their money? Multimillionaires rarely keep large funds, right, in standard checking accounts. So I already talked about that. And they put their money, they distribute their money across four main pillars: private banking and cash equivalent. That is the emergency fund. We talked about liquid cash is kept in private wealth. The second thing is that equity and equity funds, right? Most wealth is tied up in diversified portfolio, right? Diversified portfolio, that's a ETF, exchange traded funds, right? Such as mutual funds, ETF, and direct business investment to maximize long-term growth. So emphasis on long-term growth, emphasis on diversified portfolio, emphasis on ETF. The question is that, Dr. Lina, why are we investing in ETF? Okay, do you see the next thing? Real estate is the next thing. Real estate, that's the next thing. And lastly, is specialized structures through dedicated family office or specialized tax advantage account, trust. They manage estate planning, consolidate asset, and invest in alternative asset. Where does the multimillionaire put their money? Guys, did you see IUL here? Did you see IUL? Did you see cryptocurrency? Did you see day trading, options trading? Dr. Lina lost 99,000 6 years ago to options trading, day trading, and of course, penny stocks. Did you see it there? Did you see short-term trading? So that's what we do. Because you want to become a multi-millionaire. That's why you saw, where does the multi-millionaire put their money? So the question, Dr. Lina, why are we investing in this? Because that is where the multi-millionaire, this is where they put their money. That's exactly what we follow. Because they have already been successful about this. And remember, they said diversified portfolio, real estate. So the next time, I don't want you to do real estate. Real estate is not my real estate. The multi-millionaire putting their money there. There's a reason. That's because it gives you 6 paychecks. It gives you 6 paychecks. Real estate ETF, real estate businesses. Let's quickly go into this. Remember, fix the foundation. Now the next thing is investing. You have fixed the foundation. We have fixed the income. We have talked about the 4 pillars of your 4 account system. We talked about the right wealth order, which is what we are talking about right now, right? Number 5 is what? Protection. Protection is the last one. That is why the last one that you have right is true specialized trust. So all those living trust, all of those things, all those things around protection, your peace wealth. Remember, we talked about time wealth, money wealth, peace wealth, health wealth, and of course, social wealth. We talked about that in the beginning. That's where you see it right there. Peace wealth, emergency falls in that as well. So investing, how do we invest? We invest in ETF. ETF is what it's called, and I taught that yesterday. If you are new here and you don't know what ETF is, drop ETF so that I can quickly touch it. I'll be wrapping up the live shortly. And if you're new here, click on the follow button. You're new here, drop. And you've never heard about ETF, drop it in the comments so that I can quickly, if we have quite a number of people, I might be able to quickly touch it. Otherwise, if we all know ETF, for those that don't know what ETF is, drop it in the comments. If you are new, you don't know what. Okay, it's only one person. All right. Oh, Mr. Johnson doesn't know as well. Okay, on the YouTube side. All right. You don't know. Okay. I will quickly touch it, then I'll direct us to one of the videos on YouTube, and so that you can, because I use the YouTube to buttress more net learning. All right. So ETF is called exchange traded funds. It's a fund that is traded on the stock exchange. Exchange traded funds, regardless of the country where you are in. So far, there is stock exchange in your country. Every country has a stock exchange. You know, you are not new here. I know you, right? Yeah. So and for those that are new, click on the follow button if you have not done that. Right, click on the follow button. ETF is exchange traded funds. A whole basket of, instead of you buying individual stocks, you are buying a basket of stocks. Individual stocks versus a basket of stocks, because it helps you to diversify your risk, and you lower your risk is for risk management, and of course for diversification. What does that help you to do? Let's assume that you put money in this stock. How many of us have lost money in the stock market before? You can see me. I said, how many of us? Because I have lost money. How many of us, if you've lost money buying stocks, put it in the comments. So say, I have. If you've lost money in the stock market, drop I have. Nobody has lost money in the stock market. I'm the only one that has lost money in the stock market. You guys are just funny. If you've lost money in the stock market, they scanned me. Okay, I have. Brightlin, okay, you have lost money in the stock market. Oh my goodness, sorry, Mr. Johnson. Right, you need to tell us the story, right? This is, okay, you have, okay, quite a number of people, right? You put your money on one stock and the price of the stock went down, and probably you panic and you locked in your losses, right? The price, you bought it $100. The price went down to maybe $70. You panicked and you said, okay, you know what? I'm not losing more money. And you lost. You said, okay, I'd rather cut my loss here, right? And of course, you lost $30. But guess what? The long man, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. You lost money, right? The other way is risk tolerance was one thing. Risk tolerance, yeah, I mean, it might be risk, or you might be right in some cases, because I'll tell you, I lost money in the Bitcoin and IUL, but I'm into stocks now for the first time. Well done, well done. Right. So, right, the long man, he said yes. Yeah. So you panicked. Two things could have happened. It could have reduced to the $70 and became all the way to $1. And you actually caught your loss at the right time. You know, it's $30 versus you losing your whole $100, right? Or it could have been that it went all the way to $69 or $65, and then it goes up to $200. And you're like, oh my goodness, I wish I did not buy. I wish I did not sell. I wish I did not sell. I wish I had waited, right? That is it. When it comes to the stock market, there's three scenarios that can happen. You can gain, you can lose, or you can just break even. That's the three scenarios that can happen, right? So if anybody's telling you invest, there's no risk, it's a lie. I will tell you as it is, there's risk. I lost $99,000 6 years ago, but mine was penny stock, options trading, and day trading, right? That's why I don't trade anymore. I'm an investor, a solid investor. Yeah. So those are, yeah, you said I'm correct. Yeah. So those are the three things. Is either you gain, right? You lose, or you break even. That's the three scenarios. So there's the risk. And the higher the risk, the higher the return. The lower the risk, the lower the return. So now, what if I tell you that instead of you buying this individual stock, which give you three scenarios, lose, gain, or I lost money to day trade. Okay, you've not told me that story. Gain, lose, or just break even. If that's your own, that's one scenario. What if I tell you that there's a way, there's something, you gave me panic, I know, right? What if instead of that, there's a way that you can reduce, because that give you, if you take 100%, in terms of risk, you have a 33.333 chance of either of the three scenarios. What if you can reduce that your scenario from 33% to about 1%, 5%, which is the risk of losing, to reducing it to about 10% or 5% or 1%? Would that be a better way of investing for you? Put yes or no in the comment section. The risk of losing, reducing it to maybe less than 10%. Remember, if you buy individual stocks, that's a 33%, 0.3, because gain, lose, or in the middle. But what if you can reduce your risk, minimize your risk to less, like 10%, 5%? Would you invest? Is it a better way of investing to you? You put yes or no in the comment. Was it a better way of investing to you? Understanding that even when you leave it in the stock market, in your bank account, even when you leave it in your bank account, you're already losing it to inflation. 4.2% is what you are losing. Adjusted to inflation, guaranteed. That one is guaranteed. Who else? Famous, okay. Because the other scenario is like, okay, I leave it in the bank, right? I do not even talk. I just leave it in the bank. But guess what? In that scenario, you are losing at least 4.2%. You're losing what it is to inflation. Guaranteed. You don't even have any control over that. Now, what do I mean? Your chances can also be higher. Instead of you buying individual, this is Coca-Cola because it is red. And because you also like soda, you know it's a good company. It's been around. It's one of the dividend kings or something. It's been around for over a decade, over what, 100 years. What do they call that? 100 years. It's been around for that period. So you know it's a solid company. But guess what? Because let's say there was 50,000 people drank a particular batch and they got sick from Coca-Cola. What's going to happen to the stock of Coca-Cola? 50,000 people drank a particular batch of Coca-Cola and they got sick, critically ill. What's going to happen to the stock of Coca-Cola? And is associated to the Coca-Cola, even though it's a solid company. What's going to happen to the stock of Coca-Cola? Drop it in the comments. Is it going to go up or it's going to go down? Or it's going to remain steady? It goes down. Thank you. So it means that even the most solid company, the risk is still there for you. It drops, exactly. So instead of that, why not just, what ETF helps you to do is manage your risk. Understanding there is the risk in the stock market. Manage your risk properly. And of course, through what is called diversification. Instead of you putting all your money in Coca-Cola only, for those that are just joining, welcome in. We're about rounding up the live. Click on the follow button, and we're talking about your journey to financial freedom. But right now, we're talking about investing. The first step is your income. And next thing is, of course, fixing your foundation, having your 4-account system, and of course, increasing your income, the wealth order, right wealth order. And of course, right now we are on investing. Where do we invest? Where the multimillionaires put their money in. So welcome in. Click on that follow button. Don't just sit here without clicking the follow button. Tap out the like, share out the like, get your daily at me. This is the $1 Million League. Those anticipating to become a millionaire and those that are already millionaires trying to become multimillionaires. I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business. I'm a vice president of technology. I own and manage double digits real estate portfolio, and also I've been investing for close to 2 decades. Also a professor teaching AI, cybersecurity, deep learning, and information management system. I'm a chartered accountant and also an economist, and I'm the convener of this community called the $1 Million League. Welcome in everyone. Click on that follow button, turn on notification bell so that you can meet us the next time that we're here. And Vicky and Kel Motto's latest millionaire in town. Welcome in, latest millionaire within the $1 Million League. Welcome in on the red carpet of the $1 Million League. Awesome. So instead of you buying this individual one, why not just put it in an entire basket? This is a whole basket. Wow, 209 people. That is absolutely amazing. 211. Welcoming everyone, right? If you are real people and not BOTs, right? You're real, you're not BOTs, you're human, right? You're not scammers. Please click on that follow button because that number, yeah, it's been a minute where we saw that numbers, right? It was sometime last month we were doing financial freedom drive. Kel Motors, welcome in. Yeah, 247. Wow, awesome, awesome. Good to have each and every one of you. Please click on the follow button. Click on the follow button. Let's welcome you in, right? So just imagine this is that number. Okay. Think about it. This is a whole basket of stocks, right? Instead of you buying this one stock, you're buying, in Jenna, welcome in. Yeah, so good to have you. Let's know where you're connecting from. I am connecting from Texas in United States. Welcome to the $1 Million League. Welcome in. So instead of you buying individual stock of Coca-Cola, you're not buying just that. You're buying Coca-Cola plus many other companies, right? Coca-Cola plus many other companies. So an example of an ETF is something called S&P 500. And you might be wondering, S&P 500, that's Standard and Poor, right? S&P 500, meaning it's one of the index in the United States. And you're wondering, this is just about United States. King Peace, latest millionaire in town, right? In the $1 Million League. Welcome in, right? This is when I say S&P, right? And you're saying, oh, this is just about the United States. This is not about United States. As a matter of fact, we have hundreds of thousands of ETFs, right? Hundreds of thousands of ETFs. Guess what? And I'm going to teach you in case, people pay money to go or even explain what ETF is. And I'm going to be teaching you for free. Christine, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. So people just close and are joining. Oh, okay, perfect. So S&P 500, for instance, what this means is an index in the United States tracking top 500 companies in the United States at point in time. At point in time. Meaning that what it was, what they are this quarter, they can review them this quarter. Next quarter, you might fall off, right? They are the top 500 companies in the United States. Now, it can be the top 500. It can be top 100 companies in Ghana. It can be it can be the real estate companies in Sweden, in Switzerland, in the UK, top 500 or top 1,000. It can be the entire the United Kingdom stock market. All right, it can be the entire US stock market, the entire United Kingdom. It can be Canadian rail line ETF, basically. So it doesn't really matter about the country. It's two things that is important. What is in that basket? Is this Coca-Cola? Is this Amazon? What is in that basket? And who manages that fund? ETF is, remember, exchange traded funds. A fund that is traded on the stock exchange. So if your country has a stock exchange, it simply means that they can be traded right there, right? And I know for all that I know, every country has a stock exchange, right? As a matter of fact, if you drop your country stock exchange, I know there's Nairobi Stock Exchange, drop your country stock exchange. There's the New York Stock Exchange, drop your own country stock exchange. I know that we have 69 countries represented here. Drop your country stock exchange. We have New York NSE, right? Drop your country stock exchange, right? My Canadians in the house, my Ghanaians in the house, drop your own stock exchange in there. So far there's a stock exchange in your country, then you can easily invest in any ETF, either in your country or the one in the United States. This S&P 500 have returned at least in the past 40 years and above 8 to 12%. In the past 10 years, is returned, meaning 2016 till now, it has returned between 14 between 14 to 15%. This is what it has returned. This is what it has returned. This is what S&P 500 has returned. Why is it very popular? That's because it is pretty steady. It has data, 40 years. You can almost be guaranteed And what is inside of it? Let's say the companies that we have inside of. What companies do we have in an S&P 500? Because one thing you want to know is what is for every ETF? What is inside? What companies do you have inside the companies? Are they solid companies? And number two is who manages that fund? Who manages that fund? What is inside the company? So let me do a quick run. If I tell you real estate ETF, what is in that ETF? Real estate ETF, like a REIT. Real estate ETF, what is in that ETF? Drop it in the comments. Real estate ETF, what is in that ETF? Real estate ETF, what is in the... Guys, I'm waiting. Please comment. I want us to please drop it in the comment. And if you are new here, click on that follow button. You'll be sitting for 2 minutes. We'll soon be rounding up. So you want to turn on notification bell. Click on the follow button. Oof. The iPad just dropped on my feet. Savvy, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. If you are new here, click on the follow button. I'm new. Click on the follow button. You'll be sitting here for 2 minutes, right? Welcome to the family. Okay, real estate companies. Who else wants to try? It's a group of real estate. Perfect, right? Who else wants to try? Let's not just, yeah. ETF is what is inside of it and who manages it. Who manages it? All right, group. Okay, what if I say S&P 500? What if I say S&P 500? When if I say S&P 500, what company is in it and who manages it? What companies, what do we have in there when I say real S&P 500 ETF? What is in the basket of that ETF? S&P 500 ETF, what is in the basket of that ETF? S&P 500 ETF, what is in the basket? Just the same thing. It simply means S&P 500, meaning the top 500 companies. So we're talking about companies like this. Apple, you see S&P 500 companies. And you can buy it from anywhere in the world. You can invest in, this is the reason why it's popular. It's very popular, right? Because it has data. These are companies that are there. Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, Tesla, Procter & Gamble, Chevron. These are solid companies. Costco. Don't tell me space. Did I say SpaceX? Okay. PepsiCo, Cisco. These are top companies that are there. That's the reason why it's popular. So you see what I just did right now? Whenever you want to invest, you want to buy certain ETF, understand what is in that ETF. Understand what is in that ETF. Once you understand, then you'll be like, okay, all this company that I call, would you invest in those companies individually? Those companies that you see, most of those companies, would you invest in it? Drop yes in the comments or no. Amazon, Pfizer, all those companies that I just mentioned, that you just saw on the board, would you invest in those companies? Apple, you would. Exactly. So whenever you want to pick an ETF, always understand. For now, we said no. Okay. Why? Drop why. You know, the thing about it is that it's instead of you, so you take your $1,000 or $500, whatever amount, or $1, whatever amount you want to use it, and you are buying, whenever you buy a whatever dollar amount of this, what you have just basically done is one transaction and you have bought all of these companies. That's what ETF does. So it means that let's assume that something happened with Apple right here, right? Or something happened with Amazon at the same time because they are in the same technology field. If something happens to both of them, guess what? Albert Jones, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. Oh, you did not get the question. Let's say these two, they are very solid company, right? Microsoft is also here. Google is also here, by the way, guys, right? Let's say something happens to these two. You still have 498 companies that are still solid. There are still solid 498 companies that are still solid that you still have. Thanks for being here with us. Yeah. 498 companies that are still there, that are still very solid, that we're still going to hold your portfolio such that your risk changes from the 33% on an individual stock, and it brings it down to, divided by 500 stocks. So your risk is now becoming so minimal. And that is how you invest. That is why the multimillionaires put their money in index fund. They put it in ETF. They put it in all of those kind of funds. The other thing is that the fee is pretty low. So you want to also check what is the fees. Most of the time is less than 0.1%. Is in the 0.01, 0.02 thereabout. That's what the fees are, because they manage it. It's how do I put it? Because it's not individually customized to you. You are buying it off the shelf, right? You're buying it off the shelf, and that's it. Right? You are buying what is available. You cannot make changes to it. So the fees are pretty low. Lola, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. If you are new here, you'll be sitting here, you love this, right? You're wondering what we're talking about. We're talking about income to financial freedom. On your way, that journey, that's what we're talking about. Money is just a tool. Financial freedom is the goal, right? And we are on investing right now. That's what we're talking about. So don't just sit here, click on the follow button. Welcome in. This is the $1 Million League, and I'm the convener. I'm Dr. Lina. Right. Welcome in, Duke. Welcome in, welcome in. Who else is still sitting there on the window? Let's welcome you as royalty on the red carpet of the $1 Million League. Join all the rest of the $1 million, the millionaires in dollars. Join us right here. And this is part of the strategy, right? The ultimate goal is that you don't lose your principal amount. You don't lose it. That's our goal. Don't be like me that I lost 99,000 6 years ago, right? And woke up, and now I have been humbled. Now I'm a moderate risk investor. That's why I invest right now like a Warren Buffett, right? I put my money like a Robert Kiyosaki, rich dad poor dad, in real estate, because I have realized that my principal money, I don't want to lose it. I want to grow it. I put it in long-term investing. I'm no longer a trader. I'm not a speculator. I'm not a gambler doing options trading. And now I am an investor. Okay? I'm an investor. And that is exactly where the multimillionaire put their money. So like I was talking about, there's so many types of ETF. So let me quickly share with you. So this S&P 500, remember I said, what is inside of it? What is inside of it is what? What is inside of it is top 500 companies at point in time. It means that you can fall off if your income is not good. Your income statement becomes bad. There's many litigation. You fall back. Your returns on your revenue is dropping as a company. All of that, you drop off, and another company that is doing better joins the top 500. It's regulated. It's highly managed. So either is a fund or not, it mimics the index. There's actually an index that is called S&P, Standard & Poor. I don't know what that poor means though. Standard & Poor 500, right? You don't have to invest in this, but it's just one of the most popular ones because it's returned in the past 40 years, averagely 8 to 12%. So you can almost guarantee that it's going to return the same thing. In the past 10 years, 14 to 15%. Last year, it did 18%. I started buying VOO. What do I mean by VOO? So remember I said who manages it. So there are different companies, different fund managers. So like the VOO, that is managed by Vanguard. The brokerage firm that manages that fund, what is inside S&P 500? That is Vanguard. There is another one, SPY. It's still the S&P 500 that is in there. But who manages it? It is called somebody called State Street. Then another company, brokerage firm called State Street. Another fund manager, like a BlackRock, that's IVV. What is inside S&P 500? All of them have returned. QQQ is technology. This is top 5. This is QQQ is different. That's Invesco. That's Invesco fund for what's it called? Invesco managed, and what is inside it is technology. Top 100 technology companies. That's what is NASDAQ 100. That's what is inside there. So it's different. This is different. That's another. Remember I said There are there are thousands, even not hundreds of thousands, or hundreds of thousands of dollars of ETF. There's ETF in your own country. There is anyway there is ETF different types. So QQQ is another one, but that one is mimics the Nasdaq. All right, Nasdaq 100 top technology companies. Right, the manager of that one is Invesco. Okay, all right. So if I'm correct, that's Invesco. So, but this is top 500 companies, right? So the one of the thing is that these has returned between 14 to 15%. Yeah, Vicky, the other one has returned about 18 to 22%. But guess what? The risk is way higher. Is So if you cannot swallow the swing, then don't touch it, right? Or just take a little bite of it. But this one is almost like, right? And I'm going to show you that, as a matter of fact, I have a video on my YouTube that I'm going to point everyone to, so you can go and watch it. You would understand all those things right there. So S&P 500, right? It returned 14 to 15%. So let me quickly wrap up with this. If you're new here, click on the follow button. We are wrapping up with the live. Come back again. Make sure you turn on notification bell. Tomorrow I think I'll be here at 8 p.m. but make sure you turn on notification bell. Subscribe on the YouTube channel. I turn on notification bell as well, because I'm streaming on two platforms at the same time. I always do that. On YouTube, is it I'm on IG and TikTok. It's still Money Talk with Dr. Lina. Let me put the name right here. Let me put the name right here for you. And if anybody follows you, that's not Dr. Lina, because there are so many, same name, exactly, same name, same picture, same everything. Let me even show you right now. Let me show you right now.